last session, you guys, in your separate groups, being Jin, Kelo, Drell, out walking through the city after speaking with Clockwork, Aphelion and Valxis still in the main tower, and Sticky and Ben. Mary, I don't remember where we said you were before that point. Maybe hanging out, just hanging out before you met back up with people. But Sticky and Ben having caused disaster in the underground sort of warehouse of the Winterlight family. You guys had a few brought back together meetups. First off, Mary sought out one of the two sisters. It was both sisters of Valxis's, intent on going shopping, in which Finoa took her very excitedly to go get new clothing. Kelo, Drell, and Jin headed back to the main tower where they met up with Valxis and Aphelion, giving them a brief breakdown of the initial debrief from Liliana Winterlight in the library. Upon that debrief, there were far too many questions, and you guys wanted additional answers, so you headed back to the library to have a additional conversation with Liliana to gather any more information on the dossier, including anything you guys could possibly find, plus also those who were down below get permission or have Valxis along to do more shopping. Nonetheless, Mary eventually caught back up wearing her new Dracula outfit, basically. Very cool. Valxis had gone off on his own to the warehouse to get his own new roguish dark leather outfit magically created for him. And Sticky and Ben went on a brother bear level montage adventure throughout the entire keep, talking to every guard and every servant as they strolled from tower to tower to rampart before everyone met back up in the library. You guys went in and talked to Liliana some more, getting some more details about the location of the portal, your means of travel, how you guys are going, what you're going for, which she entirely said was up to you, but kind of laid down the, hey, if you're about to go up against an entire army, maybe retreat and come back and get, reinforcements. Jin proposed having Kane come along, which was, from her perspective, shot down, because why bring the champion of a pretty good deity into the business of an underground black market family?
Fair.
In the middle of these conversations, Valxis just kind of casually strolled over to the door, stuck his magical key in, and opened a door to the wizard's tower, the lost lair of a wizard that he's had a key for, that only Ben and Valxis had seen prior. Intent on storing his money here, the rest of the party very surprised that this crazy room exists. On top of that, having an additional door on the other side. Both of Valxis' sisters strolled in, looked around, and Vivian ended up taking a handful of scrolls as sort of like a penance for the fact that you opened this in front of her, kind of like sibling tax. You closed that door, found out that Aetheria is like terrified because she was trying to get access to you guys in that room and couldn't open the door, and it was locked and there was no sound on the other side. Before you guys took the information that this portal, the one that Sheila had used to get to the elemental plane of fire, was in the Deadwood to the east, below the volcano, and that she doesn't know if there are other means to get to the elemental plane of fire. They probably exist. They're out there somewhere. You can use spells. You can use... there's so many ways that you could possibly get there, but the surefire way would be to go through the portal that's in the Deadwood. From there, you guys took the funds that Liliana had given after Valxis asked Mommy for money, and went to the warehouse again after he'd been there alone earlier, and acquired whatever resources you guys deemed necessary, including multiple magical armors, as well as fire resistance potions. I don't believe you guys took fire resistance rings, but you did buy a group of gems for Aphelion to be able to use his original spell. You guys headed back to the tower, The last time you guys were there, you had given the 5 of you that were there had a conversation with Von Adder about what foods you wanted prepared for the evening. You guys asked specifically for banana bread, different kinds of banana bread, one with milk chocolate chips, one with frosting. You asked for taiyaki. You asked for butter roasted Brussels sprouts, specifically Aphelion. Somewhere in this time of you guys hanging out at the tower beforehand when you were asking Von Adder for food, Jin and Aphelion had a semi-deep conversation about Aphilion's dad and whether or not Aphelion truly believes he's dead or is just under the assumption based on Perry's presence. But you guys went back to the tower, everyone in the party. You guys indulged in all sorts of banana breads and taiyakis and other desserts, all the taiyaki in the shape of bamboozle, before going off to your separate rooms for the rest of the evening. Now, Jin, you specifically, at the end of last session, wanted to have a one-on-one with somebody.
Yeah, it was Drell.
With Drell.
Oh.
Yeah.
So as everyone else is heading up to their bedchambers, you stop Drell on the stairs, and it's just the 2 of you in the stairwell currently.
What's up, man?
I gotta ask you, where are you at with this right now?
What do you mean?
Like with what we're about to do?
Like storming the fire
place? Yeah, we're going right into the flame.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here to do it.
Nah, this is why I'm asking, man. Are you here to do it, or are you here to like do it, Drell? Because you're kind of like you're the closest person I really have with everybody in this. Like Valxis and I, we share some things, but I've known you the longest, and you and I have fought the most.
I got you. I have your back, man.
No, I don't think you get the severity of this.
No?
No. I'm ordering a mask for myself because not only one, I don't want to be seen, but this is... I feel like the me that's going to go on this is not going to be the me that comes out of this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to fucking dig deep on this shit. I'm not only, wanting to do this is a good thing, but I'm doing this to get Sheila out. There is no door. You know what I mean? I'm knocking everything down.
So...
And I'm asking if you can match me in that.
Charles just kind of like like the meme where it's like the 2 people coming together and they're like super like they just like beefed up. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that shit. Drell is going to like extend his hand, waiting for you to grab it, and in hopes that you do, like. Yeah.
Do you guys do that kind of fist thing, or are you guys gonna do the medieval like forearm clasp?
No,
the fist thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Drell, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Why do I need to make a wisdom saving throw?
Don't ask questions.
Oh shit! I didn't expect this. I just wanted to talk to you.
I win these.
Drell, upon your
what the fuck?
Because you had to hear what he said and maybe consider it for a brief moment and like really think about like what you're going to be like going through this mission. Upon your acceptance of this gung-ho, I'm in to fucking kill, this is gonna be like brutal and I'm down for it mentality, you just hear in the back of your head the faint laughter just faded in the distance.
Nice. That's so cool. This will be fun. This will be fun for everybody involved, and I can't.
I love that Yul was dead before B was ever in the campaign because he
yeah,
had
it
no
sucks.
idea.
Oh man, B, you don't know what you missed out on.
But when they clasp hands, Jin's gonna pull Drell in.
Jin, make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
Yippee!
Oh, do you get to hear my voice? Wait.
When you clasp hands, it's almost like they're dancing like just so far away, but in individual directions. Just
Jarrell will kind of be a little bit freaked
hold on,
out.
time out. He's been watching fucking Preacher on the TV, and there's a woman screaming, and I can't get over it.
Okay, hold on. Yeah.
I do evil laughter, and this woman's just like, ah! Anyways,
did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounded like laughing.
Wait, you actually heard that?
Yeah.
I've heard this before, right, Corey?
once in the last couple sessions.
Okay, wait. Drell will kind of like release his hand, kind of gets like a little freaked out, takes like a step or two back, puts his hands up. You heard that?
Yeah.
All right, man. I thought that was. I
haven't
that
heard
was,
that before.
Yeah, I
haven't
have,
heard that.
and I didn't think anybody else could hear that, so I didn't say anything. And then, I got your back, man. Regardless, through and through, I have your back. You don't have to worry about that.
I know. I'm just saying we may have to dig real deep in this.
Yeah.
And well, hold on. I just don't know if
Oh no.
I just don't know what it's gonna be like, man. I'm not gonna hold back on a lot of things, and I hope you don't either, man. I know you kind of go into that state of you can't see straight, but
Look, the whole.
I think this might be one of those times where we're gonna have to dig deep and figure out how to see straight when you're in that state, if that makes sense. Because I don't know how long we're gonna be gone. I don't know how many people we're gonna face, but it's not gonna just be like, holding back on everything. We fought her once before and
Yeah, I can't
just
hold
handled
punches.
us, so now we can't hold anything back.
No, you're right. I can't hold punches. What are we gonna do if I can't see through it? You know what I mean?
I don't know, but I got your back, man.
All right.
And what do you want to work out with that then?
I don't even know where to begin with that.
Is there any talking you through it, or is it just gonna be one of those things where we just gotta wear you down?
Shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. No, nobody's talked me down before. It's only just been you guys wearing me down.
Then maybe I don't know. Then maybe you and I practice some meditation. Maybe you only do it for a little bit of time, like a small burst,
All right.
and then you just build up. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but I'm just saying.
No,
With this, it's no holding back.
No, you're right. No, you're right. Do you think Ben would know anything, any ways to quell this? He's a magic man. Every time I ask Aphelion, he doesn't seem to know. So maybe we should ask Ben this time.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking. This sounds crazy, but maybe Kelo. I feel like that guy.
What?
He says the most level-headed out of all of us.
Actually, yeah.
I don't know. We're gonna have to go face first into a lot of things, so he's the only other person I could think about who would be level-headed.
I just don't even know if there's a way to restrain me if it gets too far. That's what I'm worried about.
Then I guess if you really feel like it's dire, or we're backed up against a wall, I guess then go for it.
All right. Do we have like a code word or something? You just want me to go for it, and you'll know.
I think you'll know in the moment. I don't know. But I still think we should probably talk to Kelo about it. Could be helpful.
Yeah. Definitely the two of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the magic people can do some magic things and calm me down or something. I don't know.
Maybe. But this may be one of those things that's kind of have to be, found within yourself.
Man. How much time do you think we have before this?
I don't know. And I don't want too much time before it, I guess. This is hard, man. This is hard. I'm all fucked up.
Look, make me a promise. Once we get this done, we need to stop by the Battleforge range. I gotta try to wrap something up there.
Okay. I promise. And they'll shake hands on it.
Oh God, Corey's writing stuff down.
I know, I saw that shit. Right when I said we'll shake hands on it, he was like, all right, it's time to kill these two.
All right.
Time to...
Bless you.
You got my all, man. I'll give it all. I'll give it my all. And I won't be holding back punches. Yeah, we could talk to Kelo and Ben, or I guess everybody about it, really. I don't think it's a bad thing to let everyone know. I mean, everyone's aware. Poor Sticky got the shit beaten out of her the other day for trying to stop me. So she's more than aware. I don't think it's a bad thing to let everyone know about the plan, just to let me go all out if it comes to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's get some fucking sleep.
Yeah.
You two head off to your individual chambers to go to sleep. Everyone, unless anyone else wants to stop me before you go to sleep and get another long rest. No? Okay. Everyone can long rest. Those who can change spells, feel free to do so. Valxis, +1 back from your hindrance. I believe you're now at a -2.
Yeah.
2 more days. But you're feeling... You wake up feeling kind of just tired. Like, it's not like you're weak anymore. It's just tired.
Real.
It is real. Very... Compared to your real-life feelings right now, yeah.
Very real.
Very real.
Very real.
But all of you wake up the next morning. To your own individual paces. Each person, unless you guys want to stop me, makes your way down to the breakfast table one at a time. Von Adder's obviously planned out a smorgasbord of food. Everything you guys could possibly imagine. Any kind of breakfast foods, whatever. He doesn't stay and eat. He had eaten before you guys come down and let you guys know that he's out. He's basically going out and choosing more. Like, he's not used to having people over, like this many people over for this amount of time. And while it normally is like they could just send servants to do grocery shopping for them, he likes to choose produce himself and certain items himself and make sure that he gets good products. But you guys have basically eaten the tower out of house and home. So he's heading out for the day with a couple servants that will help bring back all sorts of groceries. So you guys are left to the breakfast table by yourselves. Again, no Vivian, no Liliana, no Fanoa.
Oh, it's perfect.
Okay.
So you guys are at
Jin
the
will
table
be
by
at the
yourselves.
breakfast table inspecting the potions and like dipping his finger in it and tasting it, and he's kind of writing in his book.
It's
learn about it.
It's interesting. You would think for something that's supposed to make you resistant to fire that it wouldn't be hot, but it is both physically hot in an unnatural way, like hot coffee, but that's just warm and like just cool enough for you to be able to drink. Still hot.
Yeah.
Still like surprising.
Yeah, it has that
but also
warmth to it. Yeah.
Also weirdly spicy.
Okay.
Again, you would think that this would be something that like keeps you warm in a cold environment based solely on the taste, but you know that this is a fire resistance potion.
Okay, he'll write it down.
Okay.
He'll kind of note it down.
Do you make your mutagens at the beginning of every day, or is it just in a moment?
I don't think it's in a moment. I think it is at the beginning of the day. Because I was like looking into it too, like how mutagens change, and I also
During a
looked
long
at,
rest, you make 2 mutagens from the formulas that you know.
Yeah.
So just make sure when I have you guys long rest that you have your 2 mutagens for that day in mind, so that you're not changing them in the heat of the moment. I need you to have those chosen beforehand.
Yeah. All he's gonna do is because there is like a potion that mutagen that he can make to.
Are you doing 2 of the deafness?
No. It'll be celerity and then the flame resistant one, because it said you can also learn a potion too from the list, but I don't know how that works when you. Because there's this that you can prepare, but then you can also change these out.
I understand. I'm saying, where are you getting the fire resistance? Because I see your 5, or I see your 5 mutagen options, and none of those are fire resistance.
Yeah, no, I've read somewhere that you can change these out amongst the 5 too, as well. From like the there's like another list that you have within it.
Yeah, when you level up, you can change your known mutagens.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
you can't just change it. It's kind of like
understood.
swapping out a spell on a magic class. When you level up, you can swap out spells. I'm gonna look back into that while you guys converse, if you converse right now at the breakfast table. I'll look into that and get back to you.
Okay.
Jarrell will come down like a little bit later than everyone. He's going to try doing some mindfulness activities.
Okay, what are you gonna try to do?
Like, oh jeez. He's first and foremost gonna wake up from bed, make his bed. He's gonna make it nice and proper, because you don't fucking do that shit. Then he's gonna sit down. He's gonna try journaling.
Give me a sleight of hand or a performance check, your choice.
I win these.
An 8. Anyway. Every time you try to like straighten out the sheets, a corner on the opposite side pops up, and it takes you like a good 20 minutes to get the sheets to a point where you're happy with them. If anything, it's not mindful, it's frustrating as fuck.
Yup. All right, let's keep going. Drell is going to then like reorganize the bag of holding. He's going to take everything out, and he's going to like put it all back in and reorganize it all.
Are you doing this in the room?
Reorganize? No, he's doing this upstairs. Okay. Reorganizing an interdimensional space. You take the stuff out and you put it back in, and you imagine that it's in a more organized place, and I think that would be helpful for you. You just imagine it's more organized, and maybe you are remembering things. Are you taking everything out one by one, or are you turning the bag inside out?
I'd probably just turn the bag inside out.
Okay, so you take solace, and it's comforting to now know every item that's in there. Maybe you'd forgotten a couple things, but turning it inside out, you're like, oh shit, right, we have these, we have these, we have these. And then you put them all back in, and you're just imagining that it's really organized in that interdimensional space that you can't go into.
Oh, hell yeah, I feel so...
Very comforting after the sheets debacle.
Yeah, very neutral again. Fuck, what else can I do? Very mindful and demure.
I fucking hate that meme. I hated it 24 hours after it started.
Literally, I was about to go. Wow, I was gonna say, once you come downstairs, say something, but
it's so it's not funny. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a buzzkill.
Drell at this point, I think, will begin to go downstairs, and he will make a plate of food once when he gets down there, and he will like sit next to everybody, but he'll take his time, and he won't just devour it. He'll like sit there and like put butter on it. Like I got pancakes, I'll put like some butter
using
on
utensils?
it. Yes.
Yeah. Are you trying to make it very obvious that you're doing this?
Yeah.
Or are you like trying to be discreet?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No.
You guys, he sits down at the table, and you guys maybe have been having like idle morning chatter about, the mission, or like, maybe asking Mary about her shopping trip with Fanoa and what Fanoa was doing. And Drell comes down, and you all like, whether everyone stops talking to pay attention to him, eventually all of you notice, whether you go silent or continue your conversations, that he like pulls out his chair, and before he sits down, pulls it back in and sits down very like proper, and then grabs a plate and is using a utensil to grab a piece of things and like have an organized plate. And then he's, spreading butter with a knife, and then he takes like small bites and he's chewing and enjoying them instead of like the very like ravenous nature of Drell, which is usually like, hey guys, so, and just like eating while talking and being, whatever. He's being very polite. You can say it.
Wow, Drell, you're being so demure, so mindful.
Yeah, say it. What does that mean?
I think it's being
I
mindful,
just keep
bro.
eating. You're just being very mindful.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
I know. But like, I mean, what sets you into it? If you're trying to do what I think you're trying to do.
I know what it is, but like, you don't know what it is.
No, because I mean, the only time it happens is when everyone's fighting. So, he's more focused on his thing in it, rather than like seeing what sends it off.
Drell has like a folded napkin on his lap, and he will like tap his lips and like put the napkin on the table.
Wow. Okay.
Drell will go. It's mostly when like I see death or people dying, and like I don't think like they're gonna make it through.
Like anybody, or is there a particular person?
I don't know. I guess it's my friends, or like just like I'm not really sure. I guess as far as that goes, but like it seems to be like people that are close to me, or like didn't deserve it, or like I don't know. I'm trying to defend them or something. I don't know.
I see.
Like Valxis went down. We were all doing our best, and when the gem didn't work, and it was on to plan B, which is the salt. I need more salt, by the way.
We should probably get that.
Still need more salt. I started going into action mode. I was able to move Aphelion with me and kind of drag Ben behind me. We got him in the tub. We poured the salt on him, and that's when everyone kind of did their own thing, I guess. I don't really remember much after that. I went to the garden, kind of lost it clearly.
Jin will write that down in his book. The
Okay.
order of that.
Speaking of writing things down in your book, so when you learn a new formula, you can replace one.
Got it.
So if you want to use your finger dipping tasting of this to try to learn the formula for how to make your own fire resistance mutagen that isn't a fire resistance potion, because then the downside is that you have a vulnerability to cold. I'm going to need you to make... I'll give you either a nature or arcana check. I know they're the same. You can make it an advantage because it's involving your mutagens.
I'll do arcana. Just because it's at the top and I see it.
A 22.
22.
You have ideas in your head about how to manipulate the mutagens you already know how to create to be able to create this kind of potion, but you will have to remove one of your current formulas.
Okay. All right. I'll take care of that in the next downtime.
Okay.
Is everybody at the table? Who are we waiting on?
Everyone's
I
there.
think it was just
Also,
me.
have you always had a nose piercing?
I've had it for a year now. Yeah.
I've just never noticed it, but it's like
I think it
glinting
just
in the camera light right now,
glinting,
like
yeah.
in the monitor light, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's because I got it when we took that huge break, and I had it while I was like all through Korea, and I had a big one, and then finally it healed. So then I got the small one, and then
It's just it looks so close to your skin and the lighting you have.
Yeah,
but, like,
I know.
As you're
It's
turning your
perfect,
head, it's
dude.
glinting, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Huh.
it's been good. I was able to like hide it through like a lot of my interview process.
Mm.
It was
Okay.
pretty funny.
anyways, everyone is at the table, I believe, unless someone wants to tell me that they're not. Everyone's at the.
I'm wherever Bamboozle is.
Bamboozle's there.
Alright, then I'm
Yeah,
something
Bamboozle's
special.
there.
Sucker.
Stool is not, because Bamboozle was there last night at dinner with you guys, eating the taiyaki that was shaped like himself and thinking it was the funniest thing he'd ever experienced. Like that he was just eating himself.
He's like, yeah, this is awesome.
yeah.
This fucking rules.
Also, he's like, he seems to be in a really good mood because due to the fact that everyone's been back, or like there's been so many rooms taken up, instead of him being in Valxis's room, he's had his own room for the first time. And dude's kind of just excited to have his own room. Like he's thriving. It's his own space. He can do whatever he
He's
wants with
doing
it. Yeah.
He's doing it up.
So
Yeah.
he's sitting there eating with you, and like he's like Sticky. The way that you two kind of have this like friendship now, breakfast for you guys or any meal for you guys is each like him trying food and going, "Oh, Sticky, you gotta try this one," and just like putting stuff on your plate all the time.
My best friend.
But everyone is at the table, including Bamboozle, who, like, I'm gonna say Valxis, you and Aphilion would have the common sense in mind to be like, we're not sure if we should talk about stuff involving the family business around him. Because he's not, like, in the family business, but also, would he be? Is he a pet? Or is he a person? How does that work? You know? But he's there
Definitely
and
not a
eating, and whether you guys want to, kick him out of the room while you talk about family business stuff, or just leave him there and hope that he doesn't, say some shit, or include him in everything, that's all you guys.
Just
I would.
seeing,
I'd Sticky would want him to be
Bamboozle and
involved.
Sticky.
But that's.
I don't want him involved.
Well, someone's gonna have to say something.
Um,
You can sense, Valxis, that there's a tension coming from specifically Drell's strange behavior and Jin kind of just like looking around the table. That like they're trying. There needs to be a discussion, but they're not sure if you can have it yet.
Bamboozle, I hate to ask this of you.
Huh?
Do you mind leaving for a little bit so we can talk about things that we can't talk about in front of you?
Oh,
You're gonna
um,
be the
Right
nature
in
of
front of
things.
him.
no, listen, I get it. Like, they do this all the time. It's okay. I get it. Just hold on. And he takes 2 plates, one in each hand, and like he puts a plate down, and he just like grabs full arm and just starts loading stuff onto it. Just like just filling these plates with food.
I'm gonna have Sticky help him.
Yeah, and then he picks up both plates. Instead of a plate in each hand, he has like his whole arms underneath the plates, like hugging these 2 giant plates of food. And from behind the food, you hear, "Are we in my room?" And he waddles off up the stairs, like very slowly climbing the stairs, not to drop anything. As he's going up, you hear like, "Fuck!" I mean, and then
Yeah.
before you guys are confident, he's left the room with a little tinge of hidden sadness behind his voice that he's not able to participate. But
I'm gonna have Sticky whip around and be like, "Why can't we have him involved?"
Because if he is involved, then he has to be part of the family business.
Well, aren't we all part of a family business?
Yes.
But who can't be involved in the family business?
No,
I
it's
mean-
that he's not, and Valxis doesn't want to put that on him. If
Yeah.
He's just a kid, man. You should just focus on kid stuff right now.
I don't think he's just a kid.
Well, I
I
don't
mean,
think he's-
Well, they may be really smart, but
I think
he's
I think
still
he's
not that old,
probably
guys.
a teenager in our terms
Yeah, that. Yeah.
of age.
I mean,
Um,
I'm allowed to come along.
Well,
What's the difference?
You know, I don't know. I can't really say. I mean, I guess the difference is you witnessed what happened in that room, and he didn't.
yeah.
He just saw the outcome.
I mean, I guess, but he never
Because-
gets to go out on adventures, and I know that he really wants to. I know that he really wants to help you guys, and sometimes I think that he gets sad because he doesn't have lots of people to hang out with, and I know what it's like when you're on your own and people don't really want you around. I just think you should maybe ask what he wants and see what he says.
I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, this kind of was leading what me and Drell want to talk about today. I guess if me and Drell's topic of not holding back on a lot of things, then it's looking at, do we want to take help from wherever we can get it?
I don't think that's a
I
bad idea, unfortunately.
I mean, can any of us do what Bamboozle does?
I mean, a few of us can
I can
fly.
fly.
I can't fly for long.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I can walk, we can all walk, Bamboozle can walk, but not all of us can do what Bamboozle can do. I'm not trying to say this as he 100% should go. I'm just bringing up the idea of it because
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it should be discussed. Or at least have him make a decision.
yeah, I will say this is my concern in it. You know, Coatls, very smart, very powerful creatures. Pretty lucky to have him be the way he is, you know? He just kind of gets to be himself. But if anything goes wrong, we got to really look out for him, man. He's not, you know?
I share that same concern. I don't.
Are y'all really thinking about bringing someone who's never been in a fight in his life into the plane of fire?
That's.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't go into the plane of fire, but maybe he goes with us to a certain point, and then that's where we kind of let it go. That's where he has to go back.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think if we bring him along, we need to see what he can do first.
Yeah.
Because what
I
can
mean,
he
I've-
do? I'm not sure.
I've
Do we
seen what
want-
he can
we
do.
could we could
No, he can do a
spar.
lot.
We could have him spar, and we could, you know.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
test him a little bit.
Surely there's a controlled environment. Mary's choking on her breakfast.
Voxus, can you make a perception check for me?
There's a controlled environment. I mean, I asked him to show me Sheila, and he took me as far as he possibly could, and it was
Oh,
it
he's
was an
great
insane
at that.
temptation. Yeah,
He was able to show me the Battleforge range, and no, he's great at reconnaissance and all of that.
Yeah, but if we're taking him anywhere near somewhere that could actively harm him,
yeah.
like he can do that from the safety of within this tower, and is immensely helpful in that way. But bringing him out into an environment where he's going to be in danger and in peril constantly around the clock,
It's 100% true.
That's also a
Less
choice
of a
that we
fan.
make every single day.
Yeah, but that is also something that we've been exposed to for much more time. And
You
there
have to be
are
exposed
also
at some point, don't you?
you do. You do.
Maybe I just really want my friend to come, so maybe I should.
I mean, You want my honest take of what it's like to be exposed to some shit as a kid? You don't get to just unlive it. You don't get to just not have it change your brain either.
Yeah, it's something that will
Clearly.
fundamentally change him.
Like that's all I knew up until now was to fight, to hunt. That's why I didn't become a scholar or anything. Like I can study the stuff that just pertains to what I do, but I don't understand everything, you know? And it takes a long time to kind of just grow out of that.
I'm just gonna have Sticky kind of look down at her food and kind of like poke at it, kind of childlike.
So, okay, well,
If Bamboozle can show that in a controlled environment he can handle himself and then be acclimated possibly to, I guess, adventuring, I'd be much more comfortable with it, but he's young. It's not something I feel like he should consider right now when he has so much at his fingertips in safety, which is all so many could all only wish for.
well, I
I'm
mean,
not.
I think that you guys should just ask him. What do you want?
Yeah, we can absolutely ask. I don't want it to. I don't. I'm afraid of having that possibility be there, and we ultimately need to decide to keep him safe, and it upsets him if
Yeah.
he's not ready.
Hear me out though. I mean, he can see anybody from anywhere, it feels like.
Whenever
Right?
he goes into that stasis, right?
Yeah. Why don't we just communicate with him more back here? I mean, can't we just like let's say I'm not throwing off the table that he can't come out in an adventure, but you know, even if he can't come along with us, we could always, you know,
Like the happy
message
medium.
him or
If he can't
yeah,
come,
the happy medium.
we recon with him daily,
Yeah.
if possible.
Yeah.
And it could be specifically to Sticky.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of without cuz
And that's just if he can't come with, and if it would be more dangerous than
yeah.
necessary.
I mean, what do you think, Valxis? This is your family. You're in charge of all of us, or you respond for all of us.
Because I can see his usefulness. Like I understand the utility of Bamboozle. I think we can test his combat capabilities through us sparring over the next day, 2 days, as I'm still recovering. And then we can reconvene on this conversation later.
All right.
Again, I'm just fearful of letting him in onto the family's activities and then it not being like an okay thing for him.
Like the activities freak him out, or what do you mean?
If we let Bamboozle in on the business, like we are, and something goes bad, he gets hurt or worse, that's on us. It's not on him. And that's what scares me personally the most is I want to have him come along with us to be able to learn, because eventually he may have to be by himself for a little bit, fend for himself. And for me, I think that is something that he needs to learn. But with all of this stuff with your family, Valxis, it's not that it's not safe. I'm more terrified of what may happen if he crosses your mother. If he does something wrong, or if he steps out of line and then has to face those consequences. That's what I'm scared of if we let him come with us. But I really want to. I really want him to come with us.
I'm gonna ask, when everyone is saying they want him to come with us, is that because you want him because you love him and care about him, or you want him because you know he's useful?
I wouldn't put him in a position that I don't think that he's not capable of holding his own. He's grown a lot. He's smarter than he wants to seem. It's not his usefulness. It's the fact that he's his own person. He can make his own decisions, but he looks to us. He looks up to us.
I mean, yeah, we really are all he has. His home, he cannot go back to.
But being also involved in this, there is no turning back.
Yeah.
And he is so young. But the Coatls live so incredibly long. Do we really? I don't know. I don't know how to even think about tying him to something like this for the entire rest of his existence.
It's not fair. It wouldn't be fair.
Well, everyone acts like we're making the decision for him, when really we're just deciding if he has a choice in the matter, right?
I think where I'm at with this is, if we open up this opportunity for him, you can't take that opportunity back. You can't, undo that moment. Once it's out in the air, it will be in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's already thinking about it. There's no way he's not.
Yeah. I mean, the best thing we can do is just set him up for success, right?
I mean,
what's Sticky doing?
Sticky's just kind of sitting there, like, staring at her hands and kind of frowning.
What about you,
Sticky.
Ben? You've lived a long time. I'm sure you have some experience in something of what this feels like.
No. I'm not really sure. Try recall, Corey.
What are you trying to recall?
I'm not sure,
Any
but I
memories.
will be.
Huh?
Any memories?
Of specifically Coatls? And like they're involved. What do you mean? You don't even need a recall. You've never interacted with a Coatl before. And you haven't really stopped to, like, upon seeing one in your time in the library, to like read up on it. You know?
That's fair.
You don't have to use the recall point. I mean, you can make I'll let you make an Arcana check without a recall point to see if, like, you understand the nature of celestial creatures well enough.
Or, well, I mean, Jin's mostly asking Ben from his personal experience.
Not
for
more
living so
than
long, what this would
Jin's
feel
already
like.
communicated. What are you asking him? So go for it again.
He's mostly asking, like, from someone who has lived as long as Ben, what decisions feel like on that long period of a time.
Ben, do keep in mind that when they're talking about Coatls living for a long time and being stuck in this for the rest of his life, you're borderline immortal. Which means theoretically, your lifespan will be longer than Bamboozle's ever will be. And the concept of Bamboozle being locked in this for a very long lifespan, you'll be locked in into this for much longer. Assuming you live.
You saying Ben's a lobster?
I don't really make decisions. Well, I do. But I don't know.
Sticky, I don't not want Bamboozle to come with. In fact, I would have loved to have Bamboozle on all of our adventures with us all the time. Ever since the day we got him. And y'all being such good friends honestly makes me incredibly happy. But he is so young. I feel ever since we brought him into our group, I've felt parental for him in a way that I've never felt for any other. So I just want you to know that it's not that I don't want him with us. I only want him protected and safe.
At the at the mention of the kind of parental feeling, Sticky is going to kind of stare at her for a little bit and then look to Valxis. And then she's gonna kind of look back at her, like pick up her locket and kind of look at it. And then turn back to her. And be like, okay.
So you kind of feel like his mom?
A little bit. I feel protective. I love him. Ever since he was so small, I feel responsible for finding another way for him to be able to get to the plane of air.
It's gonna have Sticky kind of look at her and nod. And then she's gonna push her chair back and get up and turn around and say,
I understand. I hope that you're gonna make a better parent than the ones that I've known.
and then go upstairs and find Bamboozle.
Okay. Sticky gets up and leaves the room.
Shit. I mean, this was just the start of the conversation.
Mary's her head in her hands now.
I think we can. I don't know. It's your call, but we can continue.
I'm gonna throw this idea out. What if we just train him? You know, in the time that we're waiting for stuff, Valxis is recovering. There's no harm in training him. And then, you know, if we're in the process of it, you know, we learn. If not, you know, right? Regardless, it's not a horrible idea to spend some time with him and just set him up for something. I'll train him. I mean, I got this monster book I'm filling out. I've shown him it a little bit. You know, I'll sit there with him forever, how long we are. Spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't give a fuck. Go through the book. and then we'll figure it out. You know.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I'll help.
Drell, you want in?
Of course, man.
All right, because you're the one who can fly. So,
Valsis has wings all the
who's gonna
time.
fight with? Who's gonna fight with?
Drell can keep him
Ooh,
out for
actually.
60 seconds.
It's true.
That may not entirely be true.
What may not entirely be true. I mean, the fly spell obviously exists.
Yeah. Eventually.
So where do we all stand with that idea? We train him and then just see. Don't throw out. I don't want to train him while he thinks he's got to perform. You know, like that's just not gonna help him. If he knows by the end of it he's gonna get tested, or we're gonna like just judge pretty hard on it to make sure he goes or not. I'd rather just see him as him.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think we should ask him.
Yeah, I agree. We should ask him, but I don't want to just ask him and then get him into training. That's just gonna be fucking mental state. I don't know. That's just me, though.
But the problem with asking him is he's going to say yes.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. There's the wisdom in that.
Sticky. You go upstairs to the newly added room. Are you knocking on the door, walking in? Door's shut.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay. You hear a muffled, but almost extra muffled because he's stuffing his face.
I'm gonna push open the door.
You see his room for the first time. Unlike the rest of your rooms where there's a traditional bed made up with, mattress, sheets, whatever, there's just this almost like a giant ovular, like, fluffy dog's bed, but huge, like made for a large serpent to use. And he is currently out of his Winterlight form, which he normally maintains as he walks around the tower. He's like, to the people who don't know who he is, it's kind of like the Winterlights brought in one of their cousins, like one of the younger cousins. But the people who know him, it's like, yeah, it's his disguise. But he is currently like on his bed, sort of coiled up, leaning over a table, just like taking chomps with his mouth, because he doesn't have arms. He has wings, like it's just wings. Just leaning down and taking bites. And he goes, "Oh, Sticky!" And then transforms into the Winterlight form to like make room and like have you not have to be staring at a 10-foot long dragon, celestial dragon, celestial serpent. And he swallows and goes, "Did you guys finish your conversation? I'm running low." And you look at the plates, and like 1.5 plates of the food that he brought up is gone.
I'm gonna reach into my little bag of holding, and I'm pretty sure I still have some snacks from the other day, and I'm just gonna put them up on the counter.
Oh, perfect. And
then
he's grabbing them,
sit down.
just shoving his face.
Yeah. Just sit down across from him.
Mm-hmm.
Crisscross applesauce.
Mm-hmm.
And
he like mimics you. And he goes, "Oh, that's a new way of sitting on the ground."
It's really comfortable this way.
Hmm.
You know how you said that you wanted to come out on adventures?
Yeah. I mean, pipe dream.
I don't know what that means.
It means that, like, it's something that, like, I would really like, but I also understand realistically that it's not probably going to happen. Unless I go on my own adventures. Because, like, who's going to stop me?
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, I suppose you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have to keep coming back, though. Von Adder makes really good food, and I don't know how to make any of it. Yet.
Yes.
Yes.
Bamboozle.
Sticky.
If we had to go again, but we were going to like a really, really, really scary place.
Okay.
Really scary.
Yeah.
Do you think that you would want to go, even though it might end up with you seeing some things that are not nice? Like people getting really seriously hurt, people who you care about, and, also having to possibly hurt others.
Oh my god, Sticky, you're really selling it. Keep going.
Well, would I have to stand by and do nothing while people I care about get hurt? Because I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to, like, just watch people I care about get hurt and do nothing about it.
Well, no, I mean, you can... I mean, I don't know. Do you know how to fight?
Like, with weapons and stuff?
Just in general, I guess.
I've read some books, but those all talk about fighting with weapons or hands or whatever. I don't have that. But I do have things that I think I could do.
Okay. Well, I suppose maybe if you learned how to fight...
You want me to prove it?
No, I mean...
Because I can
no.
prove it right now, although I don't think it'd be a very good time for you.
What do you mean?
I mean that what I know that I can possibly do might make you fall asleep for 24 hours if I don't wake you up.
Will I be dead?
No, just sleeping. Well...
What?
Unconscious.
Am I dead?
No.
Okay. Well...
You never killed a person.
What?
Listen,
doesn't
I
really
was flying around in the lands to the north a little bit, and there was a sheep, and it tried to run away, so I bit it, and then it passed out, and I waited to see how long it would be asleep for, and it took 24 hours for it to wake up.
Well... You bit it?
Yeah.
Like...
Not with these
Where?
teeth.
Oh!
With
With
these
your other
teeth.
teeth.
And he transforms back into the giant 10-foot serpent with the giant, like, huge, huge fanged mouth.
Can I, like,
Hey! And he, like, the wings,
like-
go in and, like, point at his teeth.
can I like stand up and like touch his teeth?
He, like, has to, like, lower his head, and you see, make a perception check, actually, or investigation, your choice.
Oh, investigation.
Please.
Oh, hello? There we go. There you go.
Oh, yeah, the physical dice. Totally forgot about that. A 20. You go up about to touch his fangs before you notice, like, a glint of, like, almost a faded golden translucent liquid just drip out of one of the fangs.
I'm gonna like stare at it and then can I touch it with my finger?
His tooth or the liquid?
The liquid.
Sure.
Oh yeah, okay.
You
All
touch
right,
the liquid.
I touch it
Okay.
and then can I like put like kind of rub it between my like thumb and my forefinger and be like,
You can.
What's this stuff?
Oh, that's, it feels weird to call it my poison, but that's technically what it is,
You're poisonous?
I guess.
Like a frog?
Well, I guess I'd be venomous.
Venomous.
Because I do the poisoning with my bite. So it's venom, but it poisons. So I'm not poisonous. If you bit me, nothing would happen. But
Well, I don't want to bite you.
I didn't.
I don't think
you
I
did.
do much damage anyway.
Oh, you couldn't hurt me.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
think
I
I could
mean
hurt
it.
Anybody
I
if
no, I
tried to
mean
bite
you couldn't hurt me.
Oh.
Like, try to punch me right now.
Pull it on back and then punch him.
Okay. Roll an unarmed strike.
Okay. Oh no. All right. Let's see. Where do you roll for unarmed strikes?
Should be under your actions.
Oh yeah. I see. Okay. Ooh.
19. A 19 hits. Roll. Hit the pink on roll 20 for damage.
Ooh. The pink. Where's the pink?
On roll 20, it's in the text chat. Like, there's a pink unarmed
Oh,
strike
I see.
button.
Yeah.
1 point of bludgeoning damage. He doesn't take that. Instead, you hit his scales, and you feel like your fingers. You don't feel anything, actually. You just punch him, and then there's just this moment where he's like, huh. That didn't do anything. I didn't feel that at all. Yeah.
I thought I punched you really hard.
Well, I mean, if your hand was real.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, at the same time, I mean, so you won't get, like, hurt if people punch you and stuff?
Well, I mean, it depends. I feel like if Drell punched me, it hurt a lot because he's got, like, magical fists.
Oh.
Or like if Jin used that, like, special sword he has, that probably hurt. But, like, if I mean, do you have, like, basic weapons that aren't, like, enchanted or anything? Like a dagger or something?
I got a sword
Is it enchanted?
to come out of my gauntlet, yeah, but that's
But, like,
it.
is the sword itself enchanted?
No, that's just a regular sword.
Okay, try to hit me with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have her pull her arm back, and then I'll do like the.
Okay,
Is it,
I
like-
want you to be aware, B, as a
Yes?
player, that under the
Yes.
description of the arm-bladed short sword, it is a magic weapon that attaches to your arm. So it is considered magical.
Will it? Oh, okay. So it will actually hurt.
Probably. You do have a crossbow.
Do I?
Yeah, you have a light crossbow with bolts.
Okay, then I'll use that.
Okay. And he just, like, opens his wings and goes, shoot me.
Where?
Anywhere? Well, I guess not in my mouth. Or up my nose. But, like, at my snake body. You don't even need to roll for it. He's letting you shoot him. Are you going to fire?
Yeah.
Okay. You fire the crossbow. You hold the crossbow in your hand. It's a light crossbow, so it's not, like, crazy. But you fire it off, and the bolt just tink, and shoots off.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's handy to know.
Well, yeah.
Well, okay. That's good.
Yeah.
So, have you ever, like, actually been hurt before? Oh, I hurt you.
Sort of. There was the potential to feel pain. Like physical pain. I felt emotional distress, mental distress, but I didn't feel physical pain. There's something about, I did some research in the library one day with Aetheria about what I am, and there's something about, like, my brain being special, and, like, you can't hurt my brain with brain stuff. So, like, I heard that, like, Valxis can, like, do things to make people's brains hurt. He couldn't do that to me.
That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
You're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have Sticky kind of sit back down, and then look up at him again, and then be like,
They might ask you if you can come. I don't know
If I can, or that they want me to. Because I don't think it matters what I want.
I think it should matter.
Well, it'll matter if I don't want to go.
Do you want to go?
I mean, if I could help protect them, of course. But I mean, I'm also not dumb. I understand that, like, there's things in the world that I can't be a part of, yet or ever. And if they don't want me to go, I don't want to go. That'll only end poorly for me.
Okay.
Because, like, think about it. If you guys are going on some crazy, dangerous adventure, which I feel like is already telling me a bit too much, but if you guys are going on some crazy, dangerous adventure, and, like, some of you don't want me to go, whether it's for my safety or thinking I'll get in the way and be a hindrance or whatever, then won't you be, like, distracted by me being there the whole time?
No. I don't think so.
Well, I don't think you would. But I'm saying, are there any of them down there? I mean, I'm assuming you guys talked about it, because you wouldn't have come up here.
No, we talked about it a little bit.
Right. Do some of them not want me to go?
Mary doesn't want you to go.
And do you think that she would be more focused on making sure that I was safe than making sure the rest of you were safe, or being totally on top of her game if I was there? What if you need her and she's too distracted by me being there? If it's not a unanimous decision, I don't want to be a part of it.
just gonna have Sticky look down at her hands again and kind of just stare at them and like wring them around on her lap.
Okay.
But I'd love to go if everyone wants me to go.
I really want you to go, but I'm just one person.
There's always more adventures.
Yeah.
The rest
I
of you
just really
downstairs
want-
at the table. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I just really want to go on an adventure with you, that's all.
Me too. The rest of you down at the table, after Sticky is left. Any more conversation you all specifically want to have that you don't mind having while Sticky's gone?
Well, shit. Because the conversation that Jin wanted to bring up would be good with Sticky there.
You can go get Sticky if you want after a little bit.
Still got to get Sticky. Drell and I were talking about something last night. Who wants to go get her?
I can go get her.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Philion heads upstairs. You see the open door. Sticky didn't like close it behind her. And the two of them are sort of just like munching on stale desserts from her little mini pouch of holding while like kind of sitting silently after a conversation that's a little bittersweet.
I'll knock on the open door.
Sticky very hurriedly like finish stuffing something in her face, and then yeah, literally, and then she'll be like, okay, and then turn around and be like,
Hi.
We need you downstairs, Sticky.
Okay.
I'll either get up and kind of dust all the crumbs and stuff off herself.
Hey, new room. Cleanliness, come on. And he grabs a cloth and is like picking up the crumbs.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
it up.
sorry, Bamboozle.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll be a disaster later.
You got a nice room.
Eh.
I'm just looking at like the big dog bed.
It's like surprise. There's like nothing in here. Like he doesn't need drawers for clothes because he can shapeshift into whatever he wants. He doesn't have like the means for a normal bed, so it's the giant ovular dog bed. He just like they haven't really figured out what he wants in his room yet.
I'm just gonna look around at the walls for a second.
Empty.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go over to Bamboozle, and then give him a little kiss on his head, and be like, "I'll be back."
He is still in serpent form after you shot the crossbow bolt on him. Actually, Aphelion, with your passive perception, you see a crossbow bolt sticking diagonally out of the ceiling.
I take it that wasn't part of the room decorations.
It is now.
Yeah. We were experimenting.
Sticky, actually,
Oh.
I need you to just real quick for me make me a flat wisdom check, not a saving throw unless you're not proficient. You can click saving throw if you're not proficient, but I just need a wisdom check of some kind.
Okay.
An 8. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Okay.
A 19. You're fine, but in this moment, you recognize that you did not wash your hands after you touched the venom and rubbed it between your fingers and then started eating desserts. And for a moment, you feel just dizzy. And like you're about to fall over, and then you steel yourself and shake it off. You almost just pass the fuck out from consuming Bamboozle's venom.
That is hilarious.
I was kind of like, well,
Kind of blink your eyes a couple of times, and they'd be like,
You
Is
hear
it okay?
telepathically, "Are you okay?"
I think I got some of your spit in my mouth.
Don't call it that.
What?
This is telepathic. You can't hear it,
Yeah.
Aphelion, but yeah. Don't
That's
call it that. Call it
crazy.
venom. You accidentally, I get it. You forgot to clean your hands off. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, please don't say that
Sorry.
again. It's okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, have a good time
Okay.
downstairs. Bye.
Just imagining Sticky when she almost passed out, just like the slow blink of like one eye, but it's like staggered.
Yeah,
like in
literally.
both eyes.
It's a toddler battling sleep. Just like nah,
all right, I'm gonna have Sticky give him a little hug,
mhm.
and then she'll disappear out the door with.
Okay.
him.
Bye, Bamboozle.
He just flaps a wing at you.
Go and walk back downstairs.
You guys, Sticky comes down, and everyone who has a passive perception of higher than 13, or passive insight or perception higher than 13.
Yeah.
No?
Not me. Not me.
Nope.
I don't know what.
Yikes.
13.
Yep.
Damn. Okay, so Kelo, you're the only one notice that Sticky looks a little pale.
Wait, I have a
Oh,
over
okay,
13.
then you're good. Then you also notice that Sticky looks a little pale. Like she looks a little like she's floaty.
Sticky looks pale?
Yep.
Oh, the sleep. Oh, all right.
Yeah, just she consumed venom. It's having a
Yeah.
reaction on her body.
A little drunk.
For a moment, Aphelion, you specifically swear for a second her skin goes translucent.
Yeah, okay.
Ah! What's happening? Alright, I'm gonna go and then resume my old seat and kind of sit there and look like very sleepy and tired and be like,
Yeah. What do we need to talk about?
What the fuck happened up there?
Yeah, are you
What do you mean?
alright?
We just woke up.
We ate snacks, and I discovered that bamboozle's venom it makes things sleepy.
Okay.
He didn't bite me. I just touched it.
Well, why did he show you his venom?
Because we were talking about what he could do, and apparently he can make things fall asleep for a really long time.
So what else did you talk about?
That's new, and then Jin will write that down in his book that bamboozle can make people sleep.
I also shot him with a crossbow.
Oh.
You what?
Why did you shoot him?
You hold on. No. You
Valxis has
what?
zoned in.
Dad mode.
Why did you
yeah.
shoot him?
Oh, because he told me to. Because we were practicing, and I shot him.
Why did he tell you to do that?
What?
Well, because we were talking about what he could do.
Why were you talking about what he could do?
Well, he said to me, punch me, and I said, okay. So I punched him, and then nothing happened.
All right, Sticky, you're starting to set a trend here. You're leaving out a lot of information. What are you trying to say right now? Because I'm walking it back, and there's more steps in every question.
I love that there's a new Drell.
Yeah, it's not me, dude. Sick. This is sick, actually.
Okay, no, we went upstairs. I asked him. I said, do you want to come with us? If you did, you'd have to keep in mind that there'd be all these things that you might see that you might not like, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, he didn't want to go if people didn't want him to go. And I said, okay. And then we talked about whether he could fight, and he said that he thinks he can. And then he showed me his venom and told me that he once bit a sheep, and the sheep fell asleep for like a whole day and then woke up. And then he told me that it's really hard to hurt him, and so then he told me to punch him, so I punched him, and then nothing happened. Then I shot him with the crossbow because he asked me to, and then nothing happened, and the crossbow actually deflected off him, and now it's stuck in the roof. Yeah.
So you took it into your own hands to go ask him the question we all wanted to ask him?
I just figured I wanted to ask him for my own sake. Because I wanted to see if maybe... I just wanted to see if maybe he wanted to come. I didn't expect to ask all the rest of the questions.
Drell, you're feeling real good right now.
So Drell will kind of pinky up, take a sip from his cup really loudly.
What the fuck is going on?
I just glare at him.
What are you drinking first of all?
Oh, it's like apple juice.
Right. In like a teacup or in like a full flagon?
No, like a teacup.
Okay. So you guys see his giant dragonborn fingers with the nails. He pointer finger and thumb, picks up a teacup, pinky out, and and then puts it back down.
You guys remember that fucking meme of those giant ass dudes typing on a little computer? Keep your head up, King. And all about self-growth.
It's the jack dudes who you would normally think is toxic masculinity, supporting their nerd skinny friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just being just a super good guy.
Yeah. Valxis, you were gonna say something before he took that obnoxious sip?
So okay, so now we have to spar with him because now that this is new information that he's invincible.
Well, he's not invincible. He said that magical things like Jin's sword might hurt him. But if you were going to try and attack his brain or something, that wouldn't hurt him.
Valxis pauses for a moment and is just brain. If I attacked his brain, what is it?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's oh, psychic, right?
Yeah.
So Okay. That changes my opinion on wanting to bring him or not.
Oh.
On him
Oh!
well, I've told you guys that. It's
Well,
not like
I
this
mean-
information is new.
Well, I mean, I guess. Okay. I mean, I kind of forgot about this information. I'll be honest.
It's all good. It's just, I mean, we should still spar with him nonetheless.
Yeah, we
don't
can-
take
let's
it. Don't
spar with
take
him
it. I don't
first.
want people to build him up like he's invincible because
Yeah.
very
He's
much
not.
mortal. Yeah. I'm sorry, Sticky. I just can't get over you just going up there and just.
That's a
I know
me
you're asking
thing.
for yourself, but yeah.
That's a me thing. That's crazy.
What? Oh.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, because we were kind of talking to him about it when you left. That was kind of where we were.
Now he
going.
knows what we're gonna kind of do.
Yeah.
Well, what's the problem?
I don't think there's a problem.
I mean,
just
No,
wanted
there is
to
a
do it as
problem
group.
because Valks has had a fucking problem with this in his childhood.
Yeah.
Kids
What?
need some information. They got fucking hurt.
So
He
because
doesn't know anything beyond the fact that we're gonna go out on an adventure and people might get hurt. That literally happens when we go anywhere.
Yeah. The
I
problem
didn't
is
tell him anything else. Just that.
Yeah, but you alluded to us doing something very large.
no. Hold on. Yes, we can use vague terms to go on things, but there's also my dad doesn't know when my mom is going on missions. I mean, he can assume that because she's gone, but my dad has no idea. He gets told nothing, and that's because he's not part of the family. That's why I don't know a lot of things. Keeping him out of it keeps him safe because now he does not have to worry about the consequences of his actions on the family. We all have to worry about that now. Things I don't want him to be caught up in this. Cuz I don't know how to explain it better than that, but we are in dangerous business now. Very. Now, if he's capable, he's capable. Like I believe in that, but I don't know if I want him in the business for his own sake.
I don't think that he wants to be part of it anyway. He doesn't want to be involved if people don't want him there. And he said that if something were to happen, that he might be a distraction that might get people hurt. No, he's not stupid.
If it were any other mission, I'd want him to come along, but I think mostly what Jin and Valxis are feeling is almost like rushing to it and like jumping to conclusions and talking to him about it. I mean, maybe it is still being decided whether or not we were going to discuss things with him. I'm all for training him over the next few days while we still have a bit of downtime.
But we're not bringing him with us.
No.
You don't know that. I mean, that's the thing. Is you got up a little early into it, and we were still talking about it.
Yeah, but
And
again,
Ben brought up
if people don't want him there, like Mary doesn't want him there, then he's not gonna go.
I don't even know if Mary doesn't want him there. That's the thing. There's a lot of up in the air with this.
Man, you don't want him to go, right?
Mary, oh, I'm dying over here. Mary still kind of like has her face just kind of hidden behind one hand. She's sort of like pinching the bridge of her nose. And she's just quiet.
Because, I mean, yeah, Ben brought up a really good point. If we train him, he's going to kind of know. So I was just kind of talking about agreeing if we were going to do it. I mean, we should shelve this for right now because it's going to be a long conversation that we're not going to move past.
Okay.
The other thing... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Joel and I were talking about this last night. I'm sure everyone knows kind of how Drell gets. And we were just talking about not kind of holding our punches on a lot of things in this. That's energy I'm carrying into this. And I'm just laying that all on the table now, man.
Yeah, I guess just going off of what Jin's saying, obviously we all know what it means when I don't hold punches, and Drell kind of like chuckles a little bit, like half-heartedly. I just don't want anybody to not feel like do whatever you can to stop me if I get out of hand. That's really it. But I think we can't hold back punches. Jin made a good point. And
I mean, is anyone pulling their punches up until now? It's fine if you are. Everyone is in their own way, but...
I have been every time.
Yeah. But if we're going into this, lay it out now. This is going to be probably one of our last nice meals like this, or moments. So I'd rather know you guys for who you are than kind of what you didn't want to show.
Look, I'm just like astonished, but I'm like,
I'm gonna kind of stare at Jim for a second.
What?
What do you mean?
Anything. I mean, I don't care. I'm not even harping on anything in specific. If people got something that they can tap into in a time of need, you know, I don't want to be surprised by it. I'd rather just trust you on knowing when you'd feel like you'd have to let it go, you'd let it go.
Sticky.
I'm not in this for the blood. I'm here. I've been here to protect each and every one of you.
I don't think any of us are doing this one for the blood, man. I think this is just a get in, get out as quick as possible, right? I think Jin's just trying to make sure we're all on the same page of, you know, what we can do and what we can bring to the table. It's not like this is any other foe we fought. This is the Phoenix. She's killed me almost like... she has killed me once. Almost. Stop. Don't shake your head, guys. I think she killed me.
No. To be clear, she didn't attack a single one of you. You have never fought her. You guys, all she did was stop time in front of you all, give you like a rundown, and then disappear. Yeah. And then you fought one of her minions.
Can you remind me how the hell I got fucked up then there?
You were fighting the minions. You were fighting like it was
minions.
Yeah, you're fighting the little yellow guys. No, you guys were at the under Kaiso's manor in the underground. Right. You were fighting the like basically his head like goon in charge with a couple other people down below. Darkness spells were cast, etc., etc. You went unconscious, and then Valxis thunder waved you into a brazier.
Yeah, and killed
Oh,
you.
that's
and you
right.
died. And then
That's
Henry
right. That's
teleported you
right.
back to Hedron to bring you back to life at the Church of Lathander.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. So it wasn't actually the Phoenix; it was a minion.
Yeah,
It was a
you guys have
brain.
never fought Nestra
Oh, okay.
herself.
All right, that's
You've
my
seen
bad.
her twice.
That's
but you've
my
never
bad.
fought her yourself.
Thank you for clarifying.
Also, I did want to remind, because this is just out of context and not part of the current conversation, but because I talked to Cubs about it earlier in the week, as well as AJ, your mother, Valx's mother, does have Nestra's father imprisoned.
Right. We need to talk to him.
I just wanted to remind you guys that was
Thank you.
something that was disclosed two
Thank you.
sessions in a row. That
Wait, really?
Yes, that Nestra's father
Yes.
is currently imprisoned by the family.
Right. Thank you. I wanted to talk about that.
That's crazy. Actually, missed that.
That's been
part.
mentioned completely twice during
Yes,
two sessions in
and
a row.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah, it's
going to-
crazy,
I was
isn't
going
it?
to
That's
talk
why I
about
wanted to
it
bring it
last
up.
session. I was
That's
going
crazy.
to talk about it last session because I was going to get mad at you all again and be like, we have her fucking dad, and nobody was going to tell me that.
That's a weird way to bring something up for the first time.
He didn't. This isn't. He,
Wait, who has her dad?
we have her dad.
Are you guys back into character? I was just reminding you out of character so you guys didn't forget.
This is gonna be me going.
What did
into
you?
character.
Yeah, okay.
Also, we need to go talk to Nestra's dad because we have him, as my mom told us yesterday.
Do everything your mom tells you to.
I turn, and Corey, I would like to invoke words of terror against Drell.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
think that does anything.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is it charmed or frightened?
Huh?
Is it being charmed or frightened?
It is being frightened. Yeah.
It doesn't
you
do
immune
anything.
to that?
Stillness of mind.
Yes, he uses an action to end an effect on himself that is causing him to be charmed or frightened. So it'll go through at first.
Okay.
So I would like you, Drell, to make the wisdom saving
Okay.
throw.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Say less.
This is gonna be a 20.
I win these, baby.
Okay, he went
18.
17.
Okay.
I had to beat it to
What did you
17.
use specifically?
Words of terror. Basically, I would just look. I basically look at Drell and I give him the most. You are going to die. Like kind
Okay.
of look. Like I'm spelling out your doom.
Drell, you have no idea something happened. Like you don't feel like Valxis just did something to you. You have no recognition or understanding that some sort of ability was just used on you.
Yeah.
But he is staring daggers at you.
And I go, yes, I do. Are you fucking insane? You
Jin will
saw
lean
what she
over.
did to me.
Jin will lean over into Drell's ear. She's our boss now.
I guess it's true.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's why I was pretty big on not going crazy after the whole event on our boss. Yeah.
Anyway,
All right. You want to meet up with the dad? What do you want to talk
Yeah.
about? You want to interrogate him, or do you want to?
oh, 100%. I want to interrogate him.
I want in too.
Okay.
Can I just be the cop that stands in the corner and just like nods or like disagrees?
If
like you're good cop, Jin's bad cop, and I'm the cop that says yes or no to bad cop.
Middle cop.
Bystander cop.
oh,
Yeah, I'm a witness.
I'm a presence cop.
You're the
A
kids.
mind-
You're the kids who sit in the circle of the fight, going fight, 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 and then they're like, "Why were you egging it on?" You're like, "I wasn't."
I'm mindfulness cop. I'm practicing my mindfulness.
Is everyone going to speak to Nestor's father?
No.
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 Okay. Is this the end of the conversation over breakfast, and you guys are going your separate ways?
No, I mean, I just wanted to bring it up. I wanted
Okay.
to remind the group that we were doing that. I don't
Sure.
know. I mean, unless anybody else has anything else to say.
I mean, yeah. Jin lays it out on the table. If you guys want anything to share it now. Because I'll be honest, if I get a fucking chance at taking that Phoenix's head, I'm fucking taking her.
Oh, I guess my question is for Ben. Like, if I get enraged, like, is there a way you can, like, calm me down or anything like that?
What?
I usually ask Aphilly on these
Magically.
questions, but, like, he doesn't really, like... He hasn't been, like, my magic guy lately.
I mean, they're all spells of calming, none of them that I know.
Alright, noted. That's it. That's all I had.
What about you, Kelo? You're big and scary, but you're kind of a
What's that
chill
mean?
guy.
Yeah, how do you calm down?
I don't get how you don't lose your
you
shit. You're a
rage
big
in
guy.
battles and you calm down after. How do you calm down after raging?
You're like a gentle giant.
What
Take a Xanax.
What is it like when you rage?
I black out. I don't remember.
Okay, that makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm still aware of what's going on, but like I have this weird mix of worry and anger. It's not like just pure rage, because I'm like worried for you guys, like getting hurt, or sometimes I just have a bad day. But I try to hold on to that until it's all gone, and then I can let go. I've learned to wield it almost like a tool. And once everything's good and clear, I just let it go. That's it. I don't know how. Yeah, you could try to learn it, but I don't know if that's something you could do if you don't know what's going on.
I mean, I think even that's a step in the right direction. I mean, I think my rage stems from losing people and, losing my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really figured out how to, change it from, fear to, I guess anything else really.
Yeah, I don't know what you could do besides just try to practice it. But getting you to that point is just one, dangerous, and two, how do you even get there?
Well, it's never there quick, like I was telling Jin, everything got pretty surreal after the first Revivify failed, and I had to get all the salt ready to go. Once when he was all set, it's when and everything was good, and he just had to like cook and boil or whatever. It's when I kind of lost it. I guess that's when everyone went off and did their own thing, but I don't.
So it takes a lot for you, right? Sounds like.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just keeping you from getting there instead. Like keeping you below a certain level. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. My thought process on was maybe how long he can be in that headspace, and then come back.
Right.
Keep it short. I don't know. That's not my
Is
thing.
there like I don't even know what the word. I don't even know like maybe like a druid. I don't know. I feel like druids are good at that shit. They can tell me what the fuck's the matter with me, right? I don't know. I feel like
What do you want to know, Dro?
I don't know. How can I actually turn this into a this burden into a power, you know?
I'm sorry. I'm just imagining if like Noah in real life walking into a therapist's office for the first time and being like, "Listen, how do I weaponize my anxiety? That's all I need to know. How do I turn
wanna
this
get
into a
shit
weapon?"
done.
Like,
wanna
I
get
just
shit
listen.
done.
I'm on a short clock. I have this
This is
anxiety issue. I
basically-
just want to weaponize it. I want to turn it into an attack. Like how do I do that?
Corey, you figured it out. You figured out I was looking for the magical therapist.
Yeah, you're literally looking for a magical. Which there are like therapists in the universe. We're out here
You
looking for
figured it out.
druids to magically solve your problems.
I don't know how that would work.
There's ways. You just haven't sought them outside of your own party.
Well, do you think Von Adder would know? Valxis,
Probably.
like
Maybe. But
Von
Drell,
Adder
this
would
is-
know someone that
I
could
mean, he
help
was
me.
telling me about if someone needed help. To kind
Girl,
of
this
talk,
is
go
something
through the
where
things we went through.
You need to find out exactly what it is, not just vaguely if one of us gets hurt or if one of us goes down or if you get hurt. If it's just that, then there's got to be some way where it's not you just flipping a switch in your head and losing complete control and letting the reins go. It's
Hang on. Oh, see, Valxis, you have another day to rest, right?
2.
2? Damn, might
Yeah,
actually
2
go
days.
look for therapy. That's crazy.
Do what you gotta do.
That's
whatever
crazy.
it is.
You feel like that you think this family doesn't have on-site resources for mental illnesses?
That's a great point, Corey. This family's fucked.
Magic may fix it, but this isn't something that it's going to be easy or quick.
Maybe I'll talk to Von Adder. Maybe I just need like a nice dad opinion.
Maybe. Jin, your clarification when you were wanting to lay things out there about getting after the Phoenix. For me, it's if the choice for me comes down between choosing any one of you or her, I'm choosing you guys. Every single time. No question. That's where I'm sitting.
Thank you.
And then look at Sticky. It's made a promise to keep you all safe.
You know, have Sticky turn to Jen. And kind of not frowning, but just like kind of just staring at him, and then we'll be like,
There are things that I don't know yet and that I struggle with. I'll be entirely honest. I don't really know any of you. Not really. And I'm still nervous. But I will do my best to look out for you guys, because I think you guys would look out for me.
100%.
Of course.
Okay. I mean,
Like
yeah,
like my mom said, in there, if we run in and need help, like we can run away. Like, remember that, guys. I know you two, and he points to Jin and Jarrell. I want to be bloodthirsty about this, but don't be suicidal.
It's
like, if it's a fight we can't win, we need to run away. And that's to protect all of us.
Right. But I'm not going into fights thinking we're gonna lose. I'll leave when we're losing, but I'm not going in thinking like we're gonna lose.
But we still need to be safe. We need to make sure that we're taking care of each other too. Like I understand that.
Yeah.
Jin just wants to make sure we're using all of our resources for this. It's a big mission. It's not a little one. I know where he's coming from on this.
Okay. You guys wrap up your breakfast. Von Adder comes back, a couple servants by his side. They load up on groceries that they bring all down to the kitchen. A couple of the butlers come up and start clearing the table. As you guys prepare yourselves to go whichever separate ways a bunch of you are going in another day of preparation. I know 3 of you are going off to find Nestra's father and where he's imprisoned. The rest of you can take a break that we're about to take to decide what your characters are going to be doing while the other 3 go to the prison. Everyone back in 14 minutes? Half past whatever hour we're in?
Yes.
And we'll come back.
Sounds good.
Okay, so did the players who are not going to seek out the imprisoned father of the Phoenix figure out where you guys want to go and what you want to do?
Selling some jewels.
I'm going to just honestly follow Aphelion wherever Aphelion goes.
Okay, Aphelion.
I was planning on trying to get some new clothes where we're going really hot, and possibly a mask.
So you 2 are going clothes shopping.
Mostly looking for, if anything, custom made for what's coming up.
Okay. Kelo?
I'll go with them.
Okay, 3 of you going clothes shopping. Mary?
Mary's gonna change into her old outfit because the new one is for the fire plane.
Yeah.
And she's gonna go to a jeweler to sell the jade.
Okay, where are you going after the jeweler?
She's gonna probably find like a courtyard if there's one near or in the like castle, keep, whatever, and just kind of hang out there. Like, what time of day is it gonna be once she's done with the jeweler?
You're just quickly dropping in and exchanging gems at this rate, so it's a very quick
Stardew Valley.
Very quick process. So like I'd say it takes you like 20 minutes to get from the tower and the keep to a high-end jeweler, and like they'll take a good minute, you know, and inspect the gems and like gauge their value, weigh them out on a scale before asking what you're looking for. And you did say 300 gold diamonds, or what are you looking for?
So she's gonna trade in the jade for 500 gold, then she's gonna get a 300 gold diamond, so she should have 200 left over. And then so the 200 gold, 200 gold. She wants to also sell the sapphire and trade it in basically for a 150 gold gem.
So you have 150 gold, a 150 gold gem, and a 300 gold diamond.
Yes.
What is the gem?
Another sapphire, so just a slightly smaller sapphire. So she should have the 200 left over from the jade, and then 50 gold, so 250 gold total left over.
Oh, increasing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have 250 gold you can add to your inventory. You can swap out the gems through your manage inventory. Very simple process to get done. And you head back to the keep to the courtyard. Clothes shoppers. Kelo, Sticky, and Aphelion. So Jin, how long are you waiting to custom order this mask you keep talking about? Because you keep going and doing things and not getting a mask made.
Oh, I thought last session.
Oh,
Jin
did you
just
already
asked for
prep it
to-
ahead of time?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I thought
just
that-
have
how we were
written
ending
down
last
what you want the
session.
design to look like. I know you have
Okay.
the picture of your whatever.
Yeah.
Of your, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so
I'll write it
Aphelion,
down.
Sticky, and Kelo, you guys walk into a clothing establishment that also seems to sell like masquerade masks and things. And this is the same place that Mary went yesterday, that has like the elvish gentleman. What are you saying fuck for? What?
I missed a fly. I'm sorry.
Oh.
He's raging. That's what Kelo's doing.
Same
He's
establishment,
raging.
and he goes,
I hate
he
flies.
wearing like a fine like noble suit. He bows in front of you all and goes, "How may I help you today?"
I'm going someplace very hot. So I would like to have maybe something to help with that, getting rid of, and I gesture to like my heavier like coat and dark and just all of this.
Give me colors. Give me fabrics. Give me what kind of design are you looking for? Did you trash your other clothes? You came from a desert initially.
That is true. I think I did trash them. So it'd be,
Okay.
I would describe to him like essentially those kind of like lightweight
Sure.
desert barbs.
They look heavy, but it's all thin fabrics, very
yeah,
breezy.
like-
Yep. Design it in
Um,
Hero Forge. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And what kind of mask? You said a mask.
Looking for a full face mask. I suppose.
Interesting. You're the second one in a few days. What do you want yours to look like?
If possible, I'd like to have almost like a I guess a moon moth pattern on it.
Moon moth. Okay, I'll have to do some research. I might have to get the mask back to you in a few days. Couple days.
That's fine.
But the rest of the clothes I can get together right about now. Over the next hour or so. And
Thank you.
You two, anything? Looks over to Kelo and Sticky.
No, thank you. I'm okay.
Looks up at Kelo.
But
Are you looking for
I
more clothing?
am-
Or are you just with him?
I am actually. I'm looking for some shorts that could, keep me kind of cool.
Okay. Flexible?
Yes, yes, but
Or baggy
not
or
too
skin
thin.
tight
I don't
flexible?
I don't like them very thin.
Okay.
So if you have like a thicker material that could also be like,
But baggy, so
breathable.
it's breezy. Okay. Specific color?
blue. I love blue.
What kind of blue? There's so many blues.
Like a cobalt.
See, I like a specific.
Mm.
That's good. That's good. Okay, give me an hour or two. I'll have both of your clothings ready. The mask is going to be a little more custom. We'll take a couple days.
That's
a total of 5 gold between the both of you. And I'll collect another 2 for the mask.
I don't even have cash.
I'll go ahead, Sticky, reach into a pocket and hand over some cash.
Thank you, Sticky.
So 7 gold total if you want to pay for the mask now. If you want to wait to pay for the mask, you can.
No, I'll pay for it.
Okay. Upfront pay. That'll guarantee expedience. You guys wait here. 1 second. Family text that I have to answer. But you guys are there for a little bit. Mary, you go off to Ben, where are you going for this? Where are you with these groups? if you're with them
I'm
or doing
going
your own
with
thing.
Valxis to.
Okay, so three of you are going. 4 of you are going. It's Valxis, Jin, Drell, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys would have to seek out someone from the family to find out where, because it's not just the normal dungeon that he'd be kept.
Who's the one that likes
things
me?
be easy?
Who's the
Is
one
it
that
Vivian?
likes you? What do you mean? His sisters?
Yeah.
Fanoa was the one that was teasing you and then gave you the pauldron.
Oh, let's go talk to Fanoa.
Okay. Make an investigation
Where are
check.
they? Where are they?
Yeah.
I got this. Hold on. I win these all the time.
Okay.
Oh my god!
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
Not hard for you to find them. You guys like leave and start walking through the keep before you realize like, shit, we don't know where we're going. So then like you start asking some of like the guards and servants like, hey, have you seen the sisters? And the consensus ends up being very quickly like, no, they went back to their tower last night and haven't come back out.
Oh.
So you guys just assume they're either in their rooms or in the tower somewhere or
Gone.
or gone, but you don't know. You just know that they went to the tower last night and they haven't come back.
Okay.
So you guys going back to the tower?
I guess.
Okay.
Sure.
You guys
Yeah,
go back
just-
to the tower, and as you guys step in, like the entryway, the lounge, whatever you want to call this, like sort of space, atrium, you guys hear the muffled voices coming from the floor above you, the dining room floor.
Whose voices?
Seems like your family.
Okay.
You guys go upstairs and you see Von Adder, both of your sisters, and Liliana sitting and enjoying a smaller meal than like the big one that you guys are currently enjoying.
Yeah, sorry, we forgot something. Who who was it we were gonna talk to? It was which of my sisters?
Fanoa.
Fanoa. I will walk up to Fanoa and I'll be like, "Hey, can I ask you something real quick?"
She puts down like she was like in the middle of cutting a piece of like a pastry with a fork and knife, and she puts them down and goes, "Yes, dearest brother, whatever could you want from me?"
I'm gonna kill you.
That is, don't make threats you can't stand behind.
Oh, I know.
What training?
I'm gonna
you can get confidence.
No. Oh, they're
Come
gonna
on, get it out.
I'm gonna I've been down to whisper in your ear and go, "Hey, so where's the Phoenix's dad? We don't know where."
She like sits up proper and then puts her head on her hands and looks over to Vivian and goes, "Vivian," and she like is in the middle of chewing. She quickly swallows and goes, "Yes. They want to see the pigeon."
A pigeon.
Huh.
And she goes she cocks her head confused for a second. And then you see the two of them making like their faces are changing, but they're not speaking out loud.
Because they're talking telepathically. All right.
And then there's like a moment of recognition on Vivian's face, and she's like, I was just finished up anyways, and there's something I want to talk to my dearest brother about anyways. So, mother, father, Fanoa, thank you for this meal. It's very appreciated. I'm going to take them to see the pigeon. And she even saying it, she was like, fucking dumb. Yeah, and she stands up and walks ahead of you guys, not even stopping to look back and be like, come with me. She's just going. So
I wave to my parents, walk out.
Von Adder with a smile. Your mother with a smile you haven't seen in a very long time.
That feels nice.
You guys step out and start walking through the keep, and without turning her head back to you guys, Vivian goes, "You all need to be better about what you talk about in the tower, and making sure there's no prying ears listening."
Okay.
They were
Yeah.
only mine. You're fine for now, but it was easy enough to listen in.
Yeah,
Stand
well, I mean,
invisible in a corner and hear everything. Speaking of which, I need to have a conversation with Sticky. That was close.
Oh, about talking to
Bamboozle?
Bamboozle, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah.
Little too open.
Yeah.
You do know I plan on changing things, right?
I hope so.
You were all worried about him being locked in this for life. There will be no locked in for life. When I'm in charge.
Wait, so I could like, you know, once we're done with this, I guess, or whatever that means in the future, I could start up my own monster hunting school if I live that long.
The way I've thought about it and planned it out in my head, which I've had a lot of time to plan what me in a position of power is going to be like, is currently the only way I can think about it. If you're willing to have your memories manipulated.
Oh.
You leave the family, you forget the family exists. We make you forget the family exists. You go live a normal life.
That's pretty fair.
We designed ahead of
Yeah,
time
fair.
before you to leave what your life was.
Yeah.
Even though no one else would remember it happening that way. It'll be what you remember.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. I mean, I don't want to get caught up on that.
Sure. I'm just saying if you were all concerned about Bamboozle being locked in, but I mean, that's a decision you all have to make. You just need to stop telling him things without him being part of everything. And by you all, I obviously mean Sticky, but she's also naive. And I can't blame her for that. I mean, you guys know who her father is, right?
No.
Yeah.
We do, Jin.
We do?
We do.
She stops. She's just been kind of like talking over her shoulder as you guys are walking. And she stops and turns around and goes, "Well, do you or don't you?"
No, we
do.
And we do. It's the man we think is Clockwork. We nicknamed him Clockwork because of his little
Demetrius.
You guys are out here giving people nicknames?
Hey man, if he doesn't tell
Well,
us,
he
it's
wouldn't
all
tell
right.
us.
What would you name
He
him?
wouldn't. Well, we have his name.
I wouldn't name him anything. His name is Demetrius Balefort.
All right.
Mm.
Demetrius. And Clockwork's cool.
I lied. That's not true. I keep forgetting I changed his last
Yeah,
name because
I don't
Balefort is
remember
the
his
god.
last name.
I don't even remember
Motherfucker,
the
I
last name.
keep fucking this up.
I just remember Demetrius.
It's Demetrius. I don't remember his last
Mellifluous.
name.
Mellifluous.
Ah.
That one.
Demetrius Mellifluous, because Balefort is the god of mercantile.
Oh, of course.
Uh-huh.
You guys found that on
Naturally.
Pie and Tie. But she goes, "Yeah, I mean, right, that wouldn't be information you all would have had before being part of the family." Well, hey, surprise!
Well, I mean,
Well, for some of
ran
you, I
into-
guess.
we ran into him before.
We know.
Of course you know.
Yeah, he stole from our tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think we didn't notice the things that were stolen from our bedrooms?
I mean, no,
Under the guise
No.
of you, and looks towards Jin, and the viney one. Mr. Stars
Aphelion.
himself. Yes.
his name is Aphelion.
Aphelion. Sorry, I won't forget it again.
Stars himself.
Yeah. No, I know. Should we?
You all don't know what she is, do you?
No.
What do you mean? What she is? She is sticky.
Human?
She is sticky. It's not for me to tell you. And she continues walking.
That was ominous.
Dude, I'm just gonna say it, Valxis. Your family fucking loves teasing. This is Jesus.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm glad you
This
see.
is
Now you
Vivian?
understand how I felt my entire life.
Yeah, no, I get it now. Jesus fucking Christ.
Dude, like, she's walking ahead of you guys, but any glimpse you can catch of the sides of her face, she has the biggest smile on her
Biggest
face
smirk,
right now.
yeah.
Like, oh yeah,
Of course.
she's
Just that
smirking so
shit-eating
hard.
grin.
Oh yeah, 100%. And she takes you guys past the throne room, like up a spiral staircase, like to a part of, you guys stop in a hallway, and like the tunnel that goes down to the warehouse area, it's like pretty specific. Like it's between two corridors where like, cool, there's dead space here. So like, of course you push this wall open and go down. It's very not obvious opening, but very makes sense once you see it. Hey, there's an opening there. You guys stop in the middle of a hallway. There are stained glass windows on one side looking out to the western side of the country and the city. But you guys stop at the wall, and she goes, Valxis, have you ever tried to rationalize what a blueprint of this keep would look like?
No.
If you were to take a breakdown with measurements of the entire keep, there's space that shouldn't exist everywhere. Understand that that space is very specific and has very specific intention. This, and she knocks on the wall, is one of them.
Okay.
I was just waiting for some sort of response. She turns around and pushes a single brick inward, and it like slides and then clicks. And then you see bricks start to recess and shift and move and shift and recess and like just bunch of bricks into a perfect like rounded doorway that looks like it just goes to more brick. And then she smiles, turns, and walks into the second layer of brick and just...
What the fuck?
Sick. I follow.
Okay.
Jin will walk in too. What in the fuck?
Ben and Drell following?
I put my hand up to the wibbly wobbly.
It's like...
Drell's scared.
And then I'll push through and...
You push through? Walk through? Drell's just in the hallway by
grab
himself.
And drag Drell in.
Drell, as you're standing in the hallway, bricks are starting to close. You rush it, and Jin reaches out, grabs your arm, and pulls you in.
Yeah, I move.
You guys enter a
Secretly
space.
move quick.
You guys enter a space that is made up of what visually looks like perfect marble. The floors, the walls, the ceiling. There's no windows. The walls themselves, the marble that's there is jutting out into perfect polygonal shapes that as you guys like look towards each other and like, I don't know, try to be like, wow, or Drell, get in here. You can tell that your voice has no echo. The marble is placed in a way of soundproofing that what you say stays here, like where you're at. It's like intense soundproofing, like one of those chambers that
rushing in my ears.
Not while you guys are. You'd have to sit for a little bit and really focus on the sounds of your body. It's like one of those rooms, though, where if you're left alone for a while, it will drive you insane. But in this space, there are people chatting. Just there's no movement of the sound waves in a way that like it's almost uncomfortable, especially with how white this chamber is. And in this chamber you see like 4 separate, like not even prison cells, just almost like force fields, like cubes Like if you took a gelatinous cube and you took out like a lot of the viscosity of it, and it was just a force field box. And there's 4 of these placed out. And there's a person in each one. But in the one, as you guys are looking ahead, and they're spaced out 2 in front and then 2 more farther in, the closest on your left has a pure white eagle man who looks well kept and well fed. He's wearing white robes. Just like he's almost flush with all the marble that's in here. If the marble didn't have like black inlays that like really kind of set it apart from being a solid texture or a solid design, like a matte design, he would like disappear if his beak wasn't a bright gold. Not actually gold, but like a yellow. And he just sits in a chair with his leg crossed in his cube. And she like looks to you all and then does like a half bow and goes, "I bring you the pigeon." I hate that she called him that, and I would never like to call him that again. That was the final time.
All right.
Anything else you need from me?
What can't I do?
You're the Shadow Empress's son. Find the boundary line. I haven't yet. And she walks out.
Oh,
we're gonna find the boundary.
Actually, she doesn't walk out. She just turns and like sort of leans against the wall in a space that's like in between 2 of the jutted out like prisms. So her head rests like right between it and just leans back and crosses her arms to watch.
Okay. So, before we go in there, we need to talk. So, what information do we want? We want to know if he knows where she's, where her base is at.
Yeah.
If he's been into the fire plane.
Yep. What she aims to do with the Phoenix, like.
Sure, but I think we all know. I think it's to take over the world, but there's some.
Well, the thing is,
that.
yeah, but if it's like through a specific manner, then we know where to strike on that to stop it, right?
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
I kind of want to know why they haven't come for him.
I kind of just look at Jin like he's here, like he's not getting out.
I mean, she's pretty powerful enough to like, to do what she can do. You don't think it's interesting that she hasn't made like a larger attempt, or she's just gonna get him later?
I think she'll get him later once the Phoenix is released, because at that point she'll be even more powerful.
Okay. Aside from that, then maybe we want to know what's her pecking order like. She's got to have some kind of hierarchy with it.
Okay.
Well,
what about you, Ben? What do you think?
How we need to know? We need to get information on how the necklace works.
Yes, and where that fucking thing comes from too.
Do we think he would know that though?
I mean, it doesn't hurt. I mean, we don't know what he doesn't know.
Well, I don't think we should show our hand, if that makes sense. Like, don't let him know that we're asking about his daughter. Like, I think we should be purposely vague and let him fill in the blanks. But, like, be friendly with him first, Like, maybe we should bring him food or something.
I don't know. I don't fucking care about this guy.
I mean, yeah,
Well,
but like if we're interrogating him,
in terms of interrogation tactics.
Are we saying this like right in front of him?
Well, he can't. I don't think he can hear it. I'm pretty sure like there's. I would hope that he can't fucking hear us just talking about what we're doing right in front of him.
Are you saying this in front of your sister?
Yeah. I was like, I'm.
Are you looking towards her like when you're saying this?
Yeah, I'm like.
She goes. The cube itself is soundproof. Any conversation that happens in there can't be heard outside of it. And vice versa.
Cool. That's what I figured.
However, there's no saying he'll tell you the truth.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't have a zone of truth. God damn it.
Well, I mean, I can.
That's why me and fucking Drell are here if he doesn't want to give us the fucking answers.
I guess that's one way to do it.
I can detect thoughts and, well, at least keep surface going.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you guys want to lead with this then?
Have anything?
So you want me to turn off the anti-magic field?
Ooh. No.
I mean, I can. No telling what he'll do to you, though.
Yeah.
Well, actually, why don't you give us some background about it? I think that would probably help us, wouldn't it, Valxis?
I don't have that information. This isn't my mission. I've never been a part of this. Do you want me to go ask my mother and then get back to you all?
No. I feel like we should be able.
This was Mom and Sheila, and we weren't involved. I mean, we are now, but Mother came in here with him herself. We weren't part of that. She doesn't just take me and Fanoa everywhere. We aren't like her pets.
Well, I would assume.
So should I have asked her?
I've gone through many interrogations. Looks dead at Ben. I've gone through many interrogations with my mother. She has prepped me for what I will be doing when I take charge. I'm not shadowing her. That's kind of funny, shadowing the Shadow Empress. I'm not shadowing her every single move. I have other things that I've been tasked to do pretty regularly. Have to be able to stand on my own.
Well, that's not what I'm insinuating. I just would assume you had an update about what happened.
All I know is he doesn't seem to be entirely involved, but also isn't not involved.
Huh.
It doesn't
And
make
that's a
sense, I
start.
know. It doesn't make sense. You know.
So, I think
he hasn't attacked anyone since he was captured.
Oh?
Hell, he came peacefully.
See, I'm telling you, something's weird, man.
That's weird. That's weird.
Told you.
That's weird.
Told you, Valxis.
Why did he come peacefully?
It's time to fucking learn, man. It's time to fucking learn.
Well, okay. Yeah.
I'll give him a piece. I'll give him a piece of my fucking mind.
Chill, man, chill.
Are you guys going in?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
She gets up and walks after you and puts a hand on the cube and closes her eyes, and you see each finger slowly just flash purple one at a time before her whole hand just... And she goes, "You four may enter."
Jin will step through first.
Okay. I'll fall after
What
Jin.
the fuck?
I'm trying to find good interrogation music. Hold on. What is this?
Yeah, that's it. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sounds how that would go.
Yeah, dude, this is it.
Higher. Nah, this is
Like a
hard.
spy
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I'll put this on repeat.
Okay.
Okay.
Rapscallion with this.
Yeah. You guys step into the room, the four of you. Drell, are you doing the thing where you just sit in the corner and don't say anything?
Yeah.
See, what's his name?
Jin will sit in the other corner.
You haven't
too.
asked.
So wait.
No one knows his name.
We all walk in.
Uh-huh.
Me and Jin immediately.
Left, right.
Yeah, left, right, and we just stand there, arms crossed, menacingly.
Okay. All of you make an insight check on this guy.
How the fuck did we not know his name?
You didn't
That's
ask!
so shitty.
I keep mark of what you guys ask and don't ask.
19!
Okay. I mean, it doesn't even take much more than Ben's 10 even for the four of you just be like, this guy just looks tired. This is a little too intense. Hold on. the song is.
I was gonna say
I'm
maybe a
liking this.
little, but like it's
I was
a bop.
digging it.
I know. It's just. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, a little bit of Sly Cooper kind of vibe.
No, this is
All right.
GoldenEye 007.
Oh.
Is there a God? Can I? I don't. Never
Okay,
mind. I don't want to.
but nonetheless, you guys just see that this guy looks tired. He looks kind of just done. He's not like he looks a little sad, a little melancholy.
I'm gonna pull out.
By the way, by white robe, I just mean that he's like they gave him just like solid white
plain
clothing.
clothes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out a ration, and I'm gonna pull out just like some of the like snacks. Maybe like the little trail mix that comes with it. Who knows? I'm just gonna pull it out. And I'm gonna hand it over to him. I'm gonna go, hungry at all? Need anything?
No, I'm well fed.
Water?
They treat me well in here.
Oh, of course. You're our guest. I gives him a smirk. So
He's staring directly at you, and then quickly his eyes snap to Drell, snap to Jin, snap to Ben, and then back to you, without changing his facial expression at all.
this motherfucker's creepy. I'll open up the snacks and start eating them. So
Don't leave crumbs on the floor.
I'm not a messy eater.
Good.
Clean man. I see. I understand. I get it. I like to keep my things clean. Makes the job a bit easier.
Anyone who doesn't is psychotic.
I agree. That's lazy behavior, I'd say.
Stop staring at me, here, scary man.
In that moment, Jin spits a loogie in the corner. Just rips
His
it
head
right down.
snaps to it.
Anyway, your daughter's been a little thorn in our side for a while. You talk to your daughter a lot?
This is your first time doing this. He smiles and then leans, like, relaxes his muscles and crosses his arms. Not recently.
All right. What's recently? How long ago?
Long enough that I don't know what she's doing.
Fair. So, why'd you? I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna ask there. Why'd you come
Do
peacefully?
you need to step out of the room and discuss what you're going to ask me? Again?
This guy's good.
You know, I was gonna like try and be peaceful about this, like we just casual conversation.
Mhm.
But you want to be shitty.
Am I being shitty?
I mean, you're kind of being mean to me. Not mean to me. You're using words that are a little not in my favor.
I'm so sorry.
I use unsettling presence.
Okay.
My man.
I say, just answer his fucking questions.
He just does. He like looks at you, and then you see like a his feathers like flare out a little bit, and then And he just cocks his head and then refuses to make eye contact with you.
All right. Well,
He hasn't
I'll just
asked any questions. He doesn't know what questions to ask. That's why I gave him the option to leave the room and figure them out instead of trying to figure them out in front of me. Does that not give someone being interrogated more fuel, more ammo?
Hey,
Find a better
I got
way to lie?
I got a question. Why'd they capture you?
Because I'm my daughter's father. Why
All
else
right,
would they
yeah,
capture me?
so where did they capture you? My bad.
At the portal to the elemental plane of fire.
Where is the portal to the elemental plane of fire?
In the Deadwood to the east.
Oh, easy. I'm
About
better
4
than this.
miles.
Dude, I'm really good at this.
Watch out for the swamps.
Thanks. What else do we need to know, guys?
I was like, I got this, my guy, dude.
I step like slightly forward, a little bit past Valxis.
Okay, are you
When was your
trying
daughter
to be
born?
in his line of sight?
Yes.
Then he turns his head away from you.
When was your daughter born?
Define born.
Oh, did she hatch?
No.
Was she birthed?
No.
Well,
Man,
then
this
she
feels like 20
rose.
questions.
No.
Well,
Be
that,
very
why don't you
specific.
tell me
Tell you what,
how she came to be in this world?
a wish.
Oh, that's crazy. That's unlucky,
Who
actually,
made that
maybe.
wish?
Me.
Why?
To have a daughter.
Yeah!
Who answered that wish? Who fulfilled it for you?
My wife.
And your wife is?
In chains in the elemental plane of fire.
What's her name?
Orvisa.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know about Umrig?
No.
What do you know of your daughter's necklace?
Oh, the song goes
For the
hard.
first time, you see him like break a little bit as he like has to seriously sit and think about a necklace. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not involved.
So you don't know about
Why'd
the
you turn
kids?
yourself in peacefully?
No, I don't know about any kids. What did you ask, Jin?
Why'd you turn yourself in peacefully? You said you got captured at the portal.
They came to the
What
portal. They found
Yeah.
out who I was. They took me, and I went with them. I wasn't going to
Has-
fight an elite group of Winterlights
Then why weren't you already in the elemental plane of fire?
because I'm a horizon walker.
Go
What
on.
does that mean?
It means I guard the pathways between the planes. The plane of fire was
Why would
my
you give
duty.
yourself up so easily?
Because how can I protect something if I'm dead?
But
Can't protect it from
So-
you, can you?
what's protecting
Can't protect it if I'm dead
now?
ever. Nothing is protecting it now. And that's your mistake.
Why hasn't anyone come for you?
Why do they care about me? I'm not involved in whatever my daughter's doing.
Yeah,
Then who tasked you with watching the crossing?
They didn't task me with anything. That's been my task since I was young. That's how I met my
Who
wife.
did is my question.
It was just like a misunderstanding then? There's no way this is a misunderstanding.
The Dithronian Council recruited individuals to go to very thin places between the different planes and guard them. I was tasked with the elemental plane of fire and did my duty for years, decades. I met my wife through that. I wished my daughter into existence. And what she's done recently and what my wife is doing now is not something I'm involved in or any of my business. I have not
Proud?
participated. I am just doing my duty.
If it's your duty, then what's your stance on it? Was what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing. It's been a minute. He finally and looks back forward and can now stare back towards Ben and the rest. He's been like just looking away because Ben kind of got closer. And now
Ben doesn't blink.
Zones back in.
So, you don't know anything. You gave yourself up peacefully, and they don't want to come for you.
Why would they come for me? Whatever they're doing is
saying
taking place outside of here.
So you're
What do
saying
they
you're
mean
useless
for?
to this.
Useless to what?
To their end. You know?
I don't know what their end is.
To break the chains on Orvisa.
She didn't have to be chained up in the first place. She wasn't chained up when I met her.
Who'd chain her up?
Hmm?
Who did chain her up?
Me.
Why?
Because I'm tasked with guarding the thin veils in between the planes. And when my wife, who's not who she was when I met her, decides to talk about invading the mortal plane and some sort of power, then I need to stop that, wife or not. My duty comes first. And she's been chained ever since.
How'd you manage to chain her?
Trickery. Being good at my job.
What are
Some
the
sort of
chains made
magic,
of?
I assume.
Yes. She's bound to the elemental plane of fire. They're not physical chains.
How do you break the chains?
Yeah.
Well, seeing as I can sense them weakening, I'm assuming whatever my daughter's doing with my wife is making her strong enough to break them herself. So no one's gonna come for me, because if they do, they know I'm gonna stop them.
What's the magical base for this chain? Does it have something to do with souls or something that only the affluent can get in this world?
No, I don't capture souls and use them. It's an incantation, a powerful one. Passed down through our organization. It just binds her to the plane. It's a seal.
Components?
None of a physical nature.
You said it's passed down from your organization. What's the organization?
The Planewalkers?
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Individuals who defend the mortal plane. And the planes in which the veil is at its thinnest. I protect both the elemental plane of fire and the mortal plane as a Horizon Walker. Not one or the other. She doesn't have as much power there. She's not causing havoc there. She would here.
Who were you appointed by?
The Tythonian Council.
Okay.
They had me descend from the range and sent up to the Deadwood, where I've lived for 30 years.
The Battleforge range? Is it when you say the range?
Yes, I don't like
Gotcha.
to use Battleforge because my life was not full of battle in the way that the rest of my kin may. Or at least my kin that's in that area.
Jin's gonna walk up to Valxis and whisper into his ear. If they don't want to get him to save him, then what's the benefit of catching Sheila in this, other than her just being, an agent?
Sleight of hand check.
Oh, good. 12.
He cocks his head at your words and looks confused as you whisper in Valx's ear and goes, "Who's Sheila? Is she the girl who keeps going back and forth?"
Yes.
I told her not to go back. But I didn't stop her.
Should give you a reason.
I don't ask for reasons. I gauge a
Did
threat.
she try and convince you when you told her not to?
No. Just didn't listen to me and went anyways. I can encourage her not to. Doesn't mean I can stop her. She didn't seem like a threat to either plane. So I let her pass, as I let many things pass, many people pass.
Oh, tell me more about this spell. This seal.
I can't do that.
Could you tell me about the people you let pass through?
Over 3 decades?
I mean, I'm sure not very many went through, right? You're guarding it.
It depends, again, whether I gauge them as a threat or not. It's very
You wouldn't
rare that a
willingly
threat has been... I don't know, there haven't been risks to either plane. Up until my wife threatened the mortal plane. Most people that go are there to grab different types of sulfur and components because it's easier than walking into a volcano. Or they go to make pacts with imps and other things. Druids who seek communion with elementals. I'm the jury.
Could you name on hand the people you had to turn away?
They're not alive.
By your doing or something else?
Of course.
Okay.
Why can't you tell me about this spell?
Yeah.
Sacred incantations passed down through my organization for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of generations are not freely going to be given up to strangers who walk into a prison cell with me. Unless you're threatening my life, and even then I wouldn't give them up. Freely handing out an incantation that can seal a being as powerful as my wife to an elemental plane is not something everyone should have.
Where is Orvisa in the elemental plane? From the portal.
Wherever she wants to be. The seal just keeps it bound to the plane, not in a specific location. She can't exit. Those are her chains.
Gotcha.
Do you know where your daughter is in the elemental plane?
I didn't know my daughter was in the elemental plane.
Well, it looks like your dearest wish is in the elemental plane.
Yeah, well, my dearest wish betrayed me a long time ago.
Oh, how's that?
Sucked.
Yeah? What'd she do?
Blamed me for her mother's danger. Keep a daughter from her mother because her mother's a threat doesn't really bode well for a father-daughter relationship. Wish or no wish.
I'm not trying to boil you down, but it seems like sworn duty, fell in love with the wrong person, made a wish. The wish definitely wasn't in your favor. And now you're falsely imprisoned.
You know, I
wouldn't call it falsely.
Curious.
Then why not falsely?
I'm her father. I mean, you just gained information from me that I guess might be helpful in your cause. Would that be false imprisoning? Like, I don't...
Because, I mean, you know, with what you said earlier, you said you'd go in there and stop it. So it seems like, you know, a person sworn to their duty So definitely different outcome.
If I'm to guard the veil between the threads, I can't leave that veil to go seek out threats that haven't shown up yet. Again, I don't know how my daughter got into the elemental plane of fire.
Are there not other thin places between the veil to get into the elemental plane of fire in the
Not
world?
that I think she would know about.
So she would have had to have plane shifted.
Maybe? I don't know.
So if you're imprisoned here, who appoints the next person to watch that plane?
Depends. Do they know that I'm imprisoned here?
Probably not.
Then nobody?
How long ago were you taken in here?
I don't know how many days have passed.
Yeah.
So it's
there's
not
no
even a
windows.
year.
A year?
That's what I'm asking you. Oh, there's no windows. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, there's no window. He doesn't know.
that's true.
It's
Sorry.
not a year.
We know. I know.
So
You know that
not a
it's not a
check-in you
year.
make with your planewalkers.
What'd you say?
So not a check-in you make with your planewalkers.
If the planes are guarded and there aren't imminent threats and no warning has been sent out to the organization, then no. No need for a check-in. I'm good enough at my job. I shouldn't need one.
You didn't send a warning when you were approached by an army of Winterlights.
One, it wasn't an army. Two, if I had made movements to try to send a warning out under the inclination that you all also apparently had, that I was part of whatever's happening, then I would have been killed in the moment. And then how much good would that warning have done?
Well, it would have at least gotten someone else there to watch the plane.
Yeah, and then they come and capture that person. Or that person gets killed by whatever's happening there.
Okay.
Well, putting negligence aside, why can't your wife just wish the seal away?
The seal prevents her from using such magics. She cannot
It's a
leave the
wish.
plane.
And a wish is a wish. Change the fabric of the universe.
You're asking me questions that only my wife could answer. I don't have the answer for you. I don't know how I'm supposed to answer why my wife hasn't wished her way out of the elemental plane of fire.
Well,
I don't know why someone hasn't done something. You're asking me to assume
speculate?
someone's
Yes.
intentions. I don't know.
Well, if she hasn't wished her seal away,
I guess
how
not.
do you know that your daughter was a wish?
I'm sorry, ask that again?
She hasn't wished her seal away. How do you know your daughter wasn't a wish?
How do I know my daughter wasn't a wish? She was a wish. Because I was there. It was a thing that we did together.
Yeah, it just seems like.
Are you
I get
trying
what
to
Ben's
imply
saying.
that my daughter's creation wasn't...
It was not your fruition.
That's a very strong implication to make.
Well, I just don't think that someone who has the ability to grant wishes would be stuck by a measly binding spell.
Call it measly again. It's strong enough to keep her bound there. How measly could it really be?
Well, if it's all based around you and the order that's passed down from you, and you're not here and no one's guarding the plane, and now that your daughter's in there with your wife that wants to escape, I mean, that paints a picture in itself right there.
Yeah, whose choice was that?
I'm not saying it's yours. I'm just saying
I'm saying it's his family's, and points at Valxis. If things are currently unprotected and people are going back and forth from the elemental plane of fire, that's not my fault, that's theirs. They've left
Did you
it unguarded.
communicate this issue with?
Of course I did. But as the father of the person that you all apparently have a problem with, who am I to be believed? You're already sitting here doubting me, telling me I have some measly incantation and that nothing I've said makes sense. If you don't believe me, what's to say they would?
Well, they've done this more than us.
Yeah, well, they didn't come in and try to threaten me.
Well, I can tell based off the reaction. I do believe that you'd go in there and stop it. I mean,
I don't think
your
I could
pride
at
in
this
your
point.
incantation- Yeah, definitely not. But your pride in your incantation kind of shows that.
It's a pride in things that have been passed down from generation to generation and kept the sanctity of the mortal plane for thousands of years.
Right. See, then now we're building something we can build some trust on. I see you care. Before, I couldn't tell, but now I can.
Was there nothing? Have I lied to you yet?
I don't know you.
And I don't know you.
Right. So we got to set some kind of ground.
The ground is I'm in a chamber, locked in here, not doing my sacred duty.
I know, and I'm seeing where we can trust now. You're getting frustrated over this. That's a real emotion. Something you're not hiding. You let this bubble up to the surface. Man of order. You don't like that I spit on your ground. You don't like the crumbs.
He just stares off. Do you have another question?
Do you believe
What did you do?
Pick one. Who's first?
Go first, Ben.
He can
Ben
go.
goes first. I like Ben's more. Ben goes first.
What? Go
When
ahead.
you
Ben.
made the wish to bring your daughter into existence, what did you do with your wife?
What do you mean, what did I do with my wife?
Well, what were the steps? Did you just say it out loud?
We wanted a child. She said she had the means to make that happen. Said all I need to do was wish for it. I wished that we had a child, and thus we had a child.
Who brought up the kid stuff first?
I don't remember. This was 20 years ago. Both of
I
us?
don't know. Do you feel like it was that way?
Yes. What is my daughter doing? That you've seemingly prevented me from stopping. And I mean the royal you. I don't think any of you captured me. I remember the people who specifically grabbed me very vividly.
Who are the people?
You don't know who captured me that allowed you in here to interrogate me?
Well, I just wanted to see how you'd answer. It's not that I don't know. I just want to see.
I don't know their names, their origins. It was individuals carrying the Winterlight crest, clad in the same brown of the undead wood. One of them looked like a Winterlight. The rest, various soldiers, but soldiers of whatever organization this is, not like militant.
And Kelo was a part of this group.
No.
No, because Sheila went into the fire plane alone.
Twice.
Twice.
Didn't she say that it was Sheila's mission?
No.
Sheila was initially sent to scout. She went to the elemental plane of fire, went in, came back out. She then reported to Liliana Winterlight, and then saw you guys, went and found you guys in Jin's hometown, and left from Jin's hometown, and seemingly, without reporting to anyone, went back to the elemental plane of fire portal, without, like, telling anyone she was doing so. Disobeying direct orders not to.
This was after or before this guy was captured?
That's after.
No, before.
No, before.
Oh, before. Oh.
He saw her go in the second time and tried to stop her. He didn't try to stop her the first time.
What changed with your wife to make her evil?
I wouldn't consider my wife evil, bold statement, but I don't know. Who's to say she didn't have ulterior motives the entire time I've known her? I don't know. What makes anyone decide or change or make decisions to be evil? You could be
what were the
evil
markers
for all
that
I care.
you saw?
She started discussing things like entering the mortal plane and having followers, and how cool it would be if she was more powerful than she was as a phoenix.
Based on these words, you locked her up?
No, based on her beginnings of action to do so. A phoenix isn't a being that can survive in the mortal plane without trying to take over some kind of control or power. Just like you aren't meant to live in the elemental plane of fire. There's an order to the world. I need to maintain that order, and she was going to break it. And that seal, like I said, she's not bound. Like physically bound in place, she's restricted to her home. Her home being the elemental plane of fire. She can freely go anywhere she wants in there. She just can't come
You said
here.
she would be more powerful here.
She would seek power here.
Okay. You guys want to take a break for a little bit? Let's get some. We'll come back. Just
What?
Chill out for a second.
Before I want to ask, what are some weaknesses of the denizens of the elemental plane of fire? Like something that would help us in our travels, because we plan on going.
Sheer cold. Don't use fire.
Obviously.
Arrows knock out things with wings. I mean, it's pretty standard. Whatever you think would stop a fire elemental can stop most denizens of an elemental plane of fire. However, water may not work. Too hot. May evaporate immediately.
Full ice. Full ice. Got it.
Possibly. Sometimes things are so hot that ice doesn't do anything. Melts on impact.
Sublimates is the word.
He just ignores the correction and just he's very clearly annoyed with Ben. Because Ben's done a lot of insinuating of everything you know is bullshit or measly or whatever. That he's just he seems very done with Ben.
I got one question before I get some fresh air, or I guess different kind of air than in here. When you fell in love with her, what was your headspace like that during that time? How'd she find you?
I travel between both planes.
Right. But you're traveling between both planes, you're a man sworn to his duty. I'm not gonna assume anything, but I would think, you'd be the type that doesn't want to find love. You're bound to this. This is your love. This is your passion. So what made you wanna, make her your wife and start a family? Because that would pull you away from your duty.
It didn't. But
Seems like it has.
no. Looks towards Valxis. Your family has pulled me away from my duty. To answer your question, though, and looks back towards Jin. I cannot explain. I can try. But there's a beauty in the natural order of things. And in things that come from nature. There are those who see a field of flowers and are in awe. There are those who could lay in a forest and let the sun rays bathe down on them and feel like they're in utter bliss. For me, there was nothing like seeing a woman bathed in golden flame, wings larger than life. cascading down, a warmth, not a heat, a warmth emanating from her very being. Inviting. Almost intoxicating. And for that light and that warmth to crave you back. You don't pass up on that chance.
Must have been pretty lonely guarding that portal, huh?
Wasn't for a while.
But it must have been lonely up until that point, right?
Up until that point and then after.
All right. I need some water. You guys want to get some water? I'll be back.
I think we're done here.
Okay.
Okay, you guys leaving?
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry for frustrating you.
It's fine.
Ben blinks.
Holy shit, how long was that conversation of him not blinking? This guy's a fucking madman.
He wasn't looking at Ben anymore anyways, so it's like he
Yeah.
didn't even notice, but Drell, I'm proud of you. Staying
Thanks,
quiet
man.
most of the time was pretty great.
Thanks, man.
But you the four of you step out.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys step out
Is
of
the
the
door closed
cube.
behind us?
It's a transparent cube. So
Okay.
you guys step out of the cube, and you see that he had like a bench. He like lays back on the bench, just staring up at the sky. And by up at the sky, I mean up at the ceiling.
Yeah.
In the cube.
Jin's gonna have his back turned towards the cube. He sounds an awful lot like Umrig. Similar story. If the whole religion of them is all about second chances and a rebirth, and how she kind of found Umrig and got him to work with her, very, very serendipitous how it lines up. He's lonely. I'd be lonely guarding out there too, to my solemn duty. Find someone to, confide in like that, someone who craves him back. I think that's where she really started with this, is that she planted a seed in his head to get this done, like you're insinuating, Ben, with the wish.
I think we should find some of the planewalkers.
Yeah.
Talk to them about, well, what's happened. Because he hasn't contacted them. And I understand he thinks that if he cast a spell or whatever during that time, he would be dead. But
Yeah.
wouldn't a warning being sent to this?
Yeah, exactly. And then also, it does kind of play into their plan. The guy who's supposed to guard it, the guy who would, put that incantation to trap her there is bound now in...
Well, it's just the only reason I can
anti-magic
think that
cube. He can't
he
do anything.
wouldn't reach out would be
Yeah.
because he thinks that this organization he holds so high would be upset at him. Maybe he broke one of their rules, one of their laws.
That's true, yeah. What do you think, Voxus?
I think we need someone to be watching that portal.
But I don't believe that your family isn't watching it. That's the thing.
I mean, I doubt we're not watching it. I agree. We're probably
They
are.
move in a calculated manner. They wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they believe that he's being a pawn in her game, just like Umrig was, then yeah, it is a good thing to take him away. And that's one of the reasons why they don't go after him, because he's a fucking pawn. He doesn't know enough. It's not that he's useless to us, but he just gave us the information of how they kind of operate. They kind of just toss people by the wayside. Similar to how they treated Umrig with us going to Pie and Tie. We could have died in that tournament. But he's just out there to move their objective. He fucking was nothing more than just that piece, that moving piece. Sadly, he's the first pawn to make the move, It all started with him, sadly, but I don't know. And to wish a child into existence with a god, that is crazy.
Nah. I think we've done some crazier shit with
To
God.
clarify out of character,
Yeah.
she's not a god.
Or okay, thank you.
She's
Not yet.
She's
Not yet.
Yeah, she's
Okay, yeah.
just a phoenix.
Gotcha.
Not just a, you know what I mean? Like she's not.
Yeah, I get what you're
she's
saying.
the
So
idea. The idea is to
ascend to
lead
godhood.
her to ascension so that she can then break this seal, and exit the elemental plane of fire.
Because if you think about it, right, his whole order is to deem, he's judge and jury, deeming who's a threat and who isn't. If he's out of the picture, right, that allows his daughter, who is a threat to the mortal plane, to move through because he can't be the one to judge her movement in there. Or because he goes back and forth.
Well, it just seems to be at this crossing. She has an amulet to stop time. She can probably move between planes freely.
Yeah, I mean, if she has an amulet and we are guarding it, right? We as in this organization. What's to stop her from stepping out, stopping time? Walking on by like nothing ever happened. No one can see her.
Oh. When it happened to us, she was talking to us. Like we were still aware, but I don't know if that was an effect that she could choose.
Yeah, like if it's deliberate or not. All right. What do you guys say? We go back, tell everybody else what happened? Or do you want to talk to your family more? See if any of our interrogation lines up with theirs.
I mean, I feel like he was very forthcoming with information.
Yeah.
I don't think he would tell us different information from my family.
Yeah.
Does Ben know about the planewalkers? Never heard of them.
Make a history check.
Without even using a recall point, people that can travel between planes.
Yeah, but this
obviously
organization.
But this organization of protectors, no. Ben, as much as he's been around for a very long period of time, it's not like you were constantly walking between planes. It's not like you were constantly traveling to other dimensions and other planes of existence. You were traveling the lands and going civilization to civilization. You never saw nomadic existence outside the realm of civilization. So going to places where there are, thin veils between the different planes, where likely society didn't really flourish and exist, would be extremely unlikely. And even if you had, the idea that you would have been deemed a threat so that one of these people would have shown themselves to you and stopped you from doing so is even more rare. So the concept of this organization, I would say Ben does not have, like it makes sense, but you knowing the specific organization, how they operate, different locations they would operate in, not something Ben knows.
Well, that's how I just just of that they exist at all is kind of.
They're extremely covert to a point where unless they want you to know they exist, like in this situation, him being captured by people who have like an entire empire's resources at their disposal, you wouldn't know. They keep themselves that hidden. It's not like there's books on them somewhere.
And it's run by the Dithronian.
The Dithronian Council specifically tasked him from the organization to protect that plane, that portal to the elemental plane of fire, is what he said. The Dithronian Council does not control the organization. They just tasked him. They requested somebody to be the protector of that place. Like, basically informed them of a portal and were like, send someone over there. So the Dithronian Council seems to know the organization exists. But again, that's an entire kingdom's information network. I would say it's not the type of information that Ben's, 100 years at the library, there'd be a book on this organization. That doesn't exist. They're that, from what it seems, that covert. That hidden.
The whole chosen aspect of Jin's thing, that's entirely separate to this, right?
The chosen aspect?
Yeah, with the whole the Kane thing, the
champion of Inocarus?
Yeah,
separate,
yeah.
not involved.
Separate. Okay, good. Just double checking. Sorry.
Kane being the champion of Inocarus. It's that Inocarus has one champion that becomes a nomad for his sake, sent to locations to enact the will of Inocarus, which is albeit a good will, and thus makes him like a hero type. But
yeah, no, I was just double checking on it because I didn't want to ask if I know this because of this thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Tough cookie.
Ooh, I know this is a tough one to crack.
Well, are you guys leaving this chamber and heading back?
I think so.
Good work here, everybody. I think we all came together in a pretty good way. I'm not gonna lie. I'm serious.
Okay. The four of you depart the chamber. Vivian following behind you. She was kind of just sitting in that same spot, watching this all go down, unable to hear what happened inside, but like your conversation outside being like, still she couldn't hear it. You guys were obviously away from her, but you guys coming towards the door. She opens the door from the inside. You guys step out, and she heads back to the tower. Whether or not you guys also go back to the tower is up to you. Those of you who were out getting clothes, you guys acquire your clothing. The mask, like I said, will be a couple days. Everyone, I would say, Mary, after your time in the courtyard of the keep, a little cold, but you're wearing your old clothes, so you're kind of okay. Is there anything specifically you wanted to do in that courtyard?
Mary was basically just out there sitting alone and kind of hanging out with Basil, and if she could find a spot with like either long grass or with flowers, she was making flower crowns.
Okay, there's a whole garden.
Yeah, she's
Like,
sitting right in the middle of it.
Courtyard.
If someone was walking through, they'd have to like actively look for her because she's like on the ground.
Yes. Okay. Well, you do that for a few hours. Everyone else does their own thing. And you all reconvene back at the Winterlight, Valxis' specific Winterlight Tower. Having been a couple hours from the initial departure and the initial separation, Vivian leading the four of you and everyone else making your way back there afterwards. And as you all reconvene in the tower, ready to discuss the entire interrogation, steps forward, what you've learned, what you think is valuable, what you think isn't, that's where we're going to have the session for tonight.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
Oof.
Woo!
Hell.
Oh, no.
And you still don't know his name.
Oh, God, that's a lie. His name is Holden.
Interesting.
Imagine if that was wrong.
Where'd you get that from? Did I tell you that specifically?
No, that is wrong. That is, well...
It's not wrong. Where did you get that information?
Wait.
Ah, sucker.
Did I say it in the last session or the session
No,
before?
you did say it. No, so Austin had it written down.
Ah.
And he put it in our group chat, but I didn't want to say it.
Holden was also mentioned ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he has, I don't like. I just read the third hyphenated part of that.
Her third hyphenated part of what?
His message that he put.
I don't know what you guys are talking about in your little group
yeah,
chat, so I can't confirm nor
says,
deny the information unless you tell me.
It says that he died.
Nope.
Oops.
It
Somebody.
was told to you that he was dead.
Oh.
But he's very much alive.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him with my own eyes.
Mhm.
Speaking.
If that was
Unless,
him.
of course,
If that
that's
was
not
him.
him. Unless, of course, that's not him.
Unless, of course, it's
Austin, do you remember the context in which you wrote down that he was dead?
Somebody was talking to us. I think it was a Winterlight. It was an important Winterlight that was talking to us. I gotta go find the notes again and then I read around the notes for the context.
Yeah, sure. You guys can do that. It was said to you at some point. His name and that he was dead was said to the party.
Fuck. That's interesting.
Information you guys have to remember.
All right, guys, maybe we will go back in there and ask him about this.
Hey, I thought you were dead.
Wait a minute.
Also, bye, Drew, whenever you left. I don't know when he left, but he left.
Wait a minute.
You'll figure it out. You have time. You've 2 weeks because you're obviously not going to be here next week.
Yeah.
I got it.
You got it?
I remember.
Okay, say it. What is it?
Let's see here. We were in the conversation with the Eladrin, who was giving
Aetheria.
us Aetheria, who was telling us about Divris and her coven. And
Mhm.
in that same conversation, it was talked about the history of Nestra, like Nestra being the name of the actual Phoenix, or the Phoenix in quotation marks, and then Orvisa being the actual Phoenix.
Aetheria was
but
under the
everything-
belief that Holden was dead,
Yeah.
and that the
Yeah.
Phoenix's father was dead, and that she was going to get her mother.
Mm-hmm.
So Aetheria told you guys that. Where she got that information and whether or not it was accurate or how that plays into everything right now, who knows?
We go and interrogate Aetheria.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute.
Anywho,
Dude, no,
unless a
dude,
second person drops out of next week's session, we'll be back again next week. Everyone but Austin, and we'll see you guys then. Thanks for the session, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Talk to you all later, chat. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.